that's wrong. Oop. There we go. Okay. We're back at it again
And
at
we're
Krispy Kreme. So we all good? We all ready?
Yes.
Awesome.
Hi.
Okay. So after last week's exceptionally uh professional raid on this bandit camp, you're all feeling a little bruised, a little tired, but nevertheless, you find yourself. Let me go ahead and share this here map again. Here.
Nice. Oh.
Oh, sick.
I did some work.
Wow.
Very cool.
Little bit. Ginrick's not actually right there. Anyway.
I can't see anything.
At all?
Am I in there?
Oh,
I don't see.
I don't see you in there.
Drop me in there.
Oh, give me
Please.
Oh, this whole thing looks different now that I've changed the... I'm gonna put you where you are.
No.
How are you? Do you see now?
No.
Mm-mm.
I don't see Julia in here at all.
Oh, I see. Yep.
There.
Yep. I see now. I can see clearly.
There.
There they are.
They're zipping about.
Quit moving me around.
Nah. Well, you were up in that
Oh,
room
yeah.
interrogating
True,
that
true.
cultist. Is why I put you there.
Yeah, true. My bad.
Yeah. Don't do it again. Just kidding. Let me see.
This is wild.
Oh, I don't need that one at the moment. This is the one I need at the moment. Awesome. Found the news. The cavern is filled by an eerie quiet in the absence of the bandits. It's only disrupted by the crashing waterfall in the main cavern. Throughout the hideout, bandits lay slain. You ache from the battle, but swift victory over the hideout's forces leaves none of the Master's followers to oppose you, save one in captivity in the south supply room. The only survivor sits entangled in a vine growth and maintains a protective spell. Ginrick just left the main hall to go locate your captives, Frederick, Lawrence, and Atherd. The strong you hold is yours to explore, though the master himself has not yet been seen. Nim follows the party cautiously, her anxiety palpable. Somewhere far away, you hear stones shift.
What was that?
You
I
What's
say
it-
aloud to the stones shifting.
huh?
I say aloud as the stones shift. I say, "What was that?"
You kind of
Loud.
hear you hear like it feels like an echo of an echo when it comes to your ears, and you feel as though it came from somewhere closer to the entrance.
Oh, could it have been the plug? The ice that
Oh,
we did?
perhaps someone sneaky should sneak over there and see.
Someone sneaky who sneaks.
A sneaky sneak.
Time to sneak sneakily.
Nice.
Is Pass Out Treat still active?
No, I'm concentrating on Entangled right now.
That's right.
Okay. So I want to, and then he wants to go sneak. Do I have to go? Since we're not in initiative, can I go as far as I want?
Yeah, pretty much.
Or-
Just kind of drop yourself where you are and tell me where you want to be. I mean, this is mostly a visual aid for y'all and to show you where you have and have not been. Yeah, you as you go towards the entrance, you find Ginrick talking to both Atherd and I just said his name, Lawrence, the bandits that you all recruited, and he's just kind of like catching them up. He's like, yeah, we got all this guy. What do you know about this acolyte over here that we've got restrained? And they're just kind of like debriefing each other on the situation.
And I'll walk up behind. Like I was kind of slowly trailing her, but hearing it's Genrick and them, I'll come and see what's going on.
Mm-hmm. Ginner's like, yep, found them. They were hiding out over here, though they seem to like, I don't know, we heard something come from that room with the chain mechanism thing a second ago.
I'm gonna turn to the two schlubs. Where were you going?
Oh, we weren't going anywhere. They're like seeing the carnage that y'all achieved here. You can tell just at a glance that they have pretty much decided not to oppose y'all in any way. Like where they were kind of fence sitting before, you definitely have earned their respect. They feel a lot safer gambling on this side of the conflict here.
Finry, did you not say you caught one of them sneaking off to some room earlier?
I was about to say, yeah, Freddy was trying to go snoop in the master's chambers.
Freddy's not here.
Where's Freddy?
Yeah.
I was about to say, like, I'm gonna go check this corridor out while everyone's talking.
Yeah, so what do you know? As you do,
I follow behind, just in case.
you come up on Freddy, who's kind of like sitting up against this cavern wall. Here, actually, I'm gonna go ahead and share the other map. Present this tiny bit better. Go. Here, I'll go ahead and drag y'all's minis. Said though, see any? Oh, everybody except the I think Azaram's in this map. Can anyone see this? Did it share successfully?
No.
Okay.
No. There it is.
Oh.
Oh, yep.
Here, I'll drop. I hope you can be in
I just see a bunch of ghosts.
Yeah, same.
Just sad X
Oh, no.
faces.
Azaram, I think you're over in the entrance where Genrick is. Lawrence and Mathard are both right here.
Fun tip, you can press the little slanted arrow on one of the maps in the top right corner to get it to fill the screen.
Oh, thank you so much. The wrong one.
It's next to the question mark in the Xbox.
I did it, but now it's behind everything, funny enough.
Oh yeah, it lays it like across the tabletop.
Got
You
it.
have other windows on
I
top
will
of it.
simply oop.
Doing that made me lose the new map. Can I get it reshared to me?
Oh, no.
Yes. Um
Mine's on top.
oh, what? So y'all can't see the layer anymore.
I
What?
do.
What have I done?
We can.
No, I just closed out on accident.
Let me see real quick. I'm gonna drop you right over here. You see?
No, you just reshare the map. For
Yeah.
I need it
I'm
reshared.
dropping Matt in as
Yeah.
well. I'm gonna make every there. How's that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Leave Thinry is somewhere. Don't know where, but somewhere. Okay, very good.
Yeah.
So you come up on Frederick, who is kind of huddled up in a corner, studying this stone wall intently. You can see there's some engravings on it, and the stairway kind of winds through this sort of roughly carved stone pathway, and it sort of ends abruptly in this very, very odd sort of almost rippling rock formation in the wall where there is some script carved into it that he's trying to read unsuccessfully. Now he hears you coming and gets kind of shook just a tiny bit and kind of like turns around and he throws his body weight back up against the wall and he sees this yell and he's like, Jesus, again, oh my god. Are we good? Are we safe?
Who is this Jesus?
um, I don't know, some
I
guy in some parables.
I don't answer his question, and I just ask him what's behind this door, or
Well, I mean, I know that the master's chambers are this way, but I can't figure out how to get in.
What were you going to do when you got
I
in
have
there?
to step aside.
Sorry.
I'm gonna do a little investigating.
Sounds good. Azram, you ask him what he was gonna do when he gets in there, and he
Yeah, what are you looking for the master for? What were you gonna do with him?
Nice.
well, I kind of just wanted to see what was in his room.
Aside from perhaps him.
Yeah, I see the flaw in my plan now. I kind of assumed he wasn't in there.
Yeah, well, you've just moved down the rung in my ladder
He looks
of trustworthiness.
he looks kind of embarrassed, but then he's like, "But I mean, he didn't even come out the whole fight. Like, if he was in here, he would have come out by now, right?"
That's presumptuous.
He was like really confident in that line of reasoning at first, but everyone's just like,
For all we know, he could have the door and floors all warded to hell on the inside.
It's like,
Probably safer in there than out here. I
he
mean,
just like
these guys
he
weren't
like
very
he just
safe.
like he just like waves and he's like, whatever, fine, yeah, I don't care, y'all do whatever you want to do.
Well,
Kind
I
of
see
grumbles
I've-
and he takes a
I
back
see
seat
I've
to y'all's
successfully
investigation.
shamed you. Good.
he accepts that you thinks he's stupid, but he still he thinks it was a good idea still. You can tell he's got like a little defiance to him.
Let's satisfy his curiosity and let's go in first.
So I'm doing it because I want to, not because he wants me to.
Wait a second. I'm still up here like babysitting this apprentice.
That's
Y'all
true.
can't leave me.
We have a couple scenes going on. There was a sound to the south. Freddy's up trying to get into the master's room, and Julia is interrogating. So I guess we can kind of decide who's doing what and where.
Let's see Julia real quick.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm definitely investigating this door. I already rolled.
I'll
it.
say that Fox and Matt are where they're supposed to be. Azaram, you're like, oh, okay, fine, whatever, I don't care.
I'm at the I'm at the bottom of the staircase. I've been talking with them and
Oh, okay.
dude. I want to see what's happening with Julia alone in that room and that person. What's been
Oh,
going
I
on the
see.
whole time we've been here? Because time's been passing for them too.
Very good. Yes, true. So Julia, you're alone with this acolyte. Everyone else went off to investigate other things.
Julia's not the best at interrogating or anything. I feel like they're kind of at a loss. They like just want to like kill this person, but they can't.
Why?
There's like this charm spell or something. That's not letting us hurt them, remember? So I'm like, okay, well, so tell me about this master. He seems pretty cool.
The acolyte like kind of raises an eyebrow and is like, you will speak on the master respectfully.
Was that disrespectful? I said he was cool.
This is pedestrian. The master. What do you need? Why do you think I would divulge any information to you?
Because you're trapped, and we're like, you know, we kind of have. You saw what happened to your friends, right?
Oh yes, of course. However, I nothing could be worse than portraying the one who I serve.
What's his name? What's he want with our friend Gendrick?
We need no names.
I'm
And-
Julia. What's your name?
Doesn't reply. As for the halfling, it was prophesied that we would gain the knowledge we need from this one.
What sort of knowledge do you seek?
We seek the knowledge to master this plane, to get in and out.
Oh, right, yeah. It is kind of funky here. Did you come from this place, or did you end up here like everybody else?
My life prior to my servants of the master is inconsequential. I hardly remember it.
Oh, well, don't say that about yourself.
There is an incredibly vacant quality to this acolyte's gaze. It does not really seem, they do not really seem to be compelled by any sort of like rhetoric appealing to their like humanity or worth or anything like that. It just kind of seems to just roll off of them. Yeah.
Okay. So, what was the purpose of this hideout? I see there's more below us.
When you mention the below, you see the acolyte kind of hesitate briefly, but they say our purpose is to do the will of our master, and we receive visions. Beyond that, we are instruments. You notice, go ahead and roll insight.
Okie dokie. What? Okay. Oh, so close to a 20. 17.
You notice that, like, against perhaps this acolyte's conscious awareness, that when you ask like what they're doing here, what their purpose is, their eyes kind of like unconsciously darted to that workstation behind you. You know that that's what they were doing before this whole kind of like shit show started. But beyond that, you also believe that like they are quite literally following direction without any sort of broader context on their part.
Yeah, they're just,
Mm-hmm. They see
taking orders.
Mm-hmm. They see themselves as an instrument to perform a function toward a greater design that they are like lucky to be a part of, even if they don't understand or see it.
Well, as soon as I see his eyes kind of like look away, I start investigating this workshop. Like, look around, investigate it, and kind of ask him like, what kind of operation do you have going on here? What do you want me to roll for?
Just
looking through
investigation
here?
is fine.
Damn it. So I need help.
do you say that?
Yeah, hey, somebody smarter than me, come help. I don't know what I'm looking at here.
You see a very large work table, kind of makeshift, with several kind of what's the word I'm looking for? Overhang shelves, kind of built into the wall above it, holding various flasks and fluids. What you're looking at is a sort of like what appears to be a several step chemical distillery process. To the right of the workbench, there are several kind of casks of what look to be water, a water-like fluid. Though something is peculiar in it. It's not clean water, whatever it is, if it's water.
Can
And
do a
it's sort of
nature
being
check?
filtered through, yes, you can. It's sort of being filtered through several different alchemical sort of like processes, different beakers feeding into one another, boiling at different points. collecting in different vials, and at the end, the end result seems to yield a much smaller amount of liquid, though it seems to be dripping into these kind of flasks for containment in an array of vials that are at the end of the workbench. That said, you can also see above on the shelves. There's a ton of different. There's like basically like an array of flasks of alchemist fire. This seems to be where they manufacture that as well.
Well, I can tell they're making alchemist fire because I know what that is. I like carefully look over this entire operation ponderously, and I'm just like under my breath. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck I'm looking at.
Hello.
And Julia's just rolling 3s on every intelligence check they make.
Azaram's like, someone smart, help me.
And Julia's like,
yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah, that's what Julia said. And then I would say that's probably about the time that I wander in.
Is Azaram? Oh wait, like out of character. Is Azaram high intelligence or high charisma?
Azaram's got high brains.
He's more high charisma. He's not. He's got a 12 intelligence, so he's.
Oh, that's 2 better than me. Who's smart in this party? Is anyone? I think it's you.
This is 5th edition. We don't roll intelligence.
Yeah, I'm not like super smart, but I also have a 14.
So you're the smartest of us all.
Yeah, you're the brains.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Azaram's here right now, so I'm like, Azaram.
Hello.
What am I looking at here?
I look.
Some sort of alchemist fire factory.
Oh, you've got it figured out, bud. Yeah, alchemist fire. I've heard of that. I know exactly what that is.
Yeah, we're just sitting here. Like,
we drank it frequently back in Thatchberry.
Yeah. So clearly, this is where the water
Azaram,
goes.
you had it thrown at you like yesterday.
So clearly, they didn't scream alchemist fire as they threw it, though.
Yeah. That's true. That's fair. I take your point.
So clearly, this is where the water goes, and then something happens, and I like gesture to the entire operation.
Yeah.
And then you get this.
Yes. Julia, I must confess, I don't know what I'm looking at.
Me neither.
I was never one for mechanical processes.
I think we need to go get maybe Fox might know what this is.
What about this one? I point at
he's
the dude.
Useless.
Useless. What is this?
They don't respond to the question.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
I'm going to do something. Do you mind?
Yes.
I laugh because you said, "Do you mind?" and I think it's a joke.
Oh, that's
probably
good.
Gonna do something with his mind. I'm like,
well, it's a bit like a vampire. I need to be invited in.
I was thinking that the first time you did it.
Minds. They have to willingly let me gaze through their perception.
The acolyte
do anything for me here.
The acolyte like unprompted continues. Why should I cooperate?
I just tisk my tongue. I'm sure he already gave you the because we killed your friends bit. I assume they did.
Yeah, I kind of opened with that. What's in this room that is full of vines right now that I entangled? There's a bunch of stuff in here too.
A bunch of stuff. This appears to be a general storeroom. To the right where Azaram is, which is also the west side. There appears to be a bunch of foodstuffs, things of that nature, herbs, ingredients, both for cooking and just generally like plant life. It appears as though some of these are ingredients for alchemical purposes as well. On the east side, where the vines are and all the tangled stuff is, that is where it looks like they keep their valuables.
Can you get rid of these vines?
What are these vines but doing? I'm using them to hold that guy down.
Oh, I see. I'll pull some rope out.
Okay, cool. Yeah, well, let's tie him up and then I can dispel this.
Yeah.
I'm super over this corner of the of the dungeon of like things I don't understand and people who don't want to talk to me. And like look at him.
They
Also,
seem
we like
completely
take
uncompelled by their rudeness, and you're pointing out their rudeness.
we should like take the stuff off of this guy too, since he's like a mage, and like maybe gag him too, so he can't make like any kind of spells.
Yes, that is. Why have I never thought of that before? I hope no one does that to me. Please don't ever gag me.
I don't answer. I can't keep that promise. But yeah, I'll dispel it as we like tie him up, since we like can't harm him yet, at least.
And I'll put some cloth, tie around his head, mouth area.
He does not seem to resist in any way. He maintains his meditative position.
And I'm not, and this isn't going against my compulsion not to like harm him.
You're not harming him.
Well, yeah, whatever that portion of my brain is.
Yeah, we're just hog tying him.
Like, I want to hurt you. Instead, I will restrain you.
I want to say that at one point I just pull a knife out and I just try.
I mean, you can. It's a whiz save. I just failed it earlier.
Oh, I see. I thought it was more just a general.
If you
compulsion.
try,
I mean, I don't want to just murder this guy. That's not what we do. We were.
Yeah,
clearing
exactly.
out combatants.
It's definitely.
Is it not what you do? Is it not what
I
you
definitely
do?
don't see him coming around like the other ones have, though.
No, yeah.
This is a loyalist for sure.
Yeah,
For
what
sure.
a nerd.
And also to the voice in the sky. No, it's not what we do. Look, all of these other people have like.
We're not the
us.
bad guys.
This is the first time that we've brought the fight to them, and we were fighting people who were fighting back. So.
Yeah. Anyways, after we tie him up, I like want to join up with everybody else. We can like search all this later. And I kind of pondered to myself, like, are the bad? No, we're not.
No, we're not that bad. He's not. No,
What do you mean later? And I start rummaging through the stuff.
Oh, okay.
You disentangle the vines. There's definitely a treasure loot here. There's a bunch of gold and silver. It looks like basically like whatever belongings these people had first, they pooled into sort of a collective treasury. There
all right,
are
well, if
various...
Azaram's digging in, then I'll like.
I'm ignoring the gold and money stuff. I'm looking for things.
There's gems.
I'll get the things that Azaram thinks are useless too. To make sure. I have to like do a second pass after Azaram.
Azaram, do you think it would be fun
to gems and gold? I'm like junk. I just toss it to the side.
Azaram, do you think it would be fun to roll the treasure table yourself, or do you want me to handle that?
Oh boy, would I? Library.
I'll PM you the details.
What treasure table am I rolling on?
Yeah, exactly.
I can just open up the guide.
Exactly.
And click it.
What's it called when it's not an individual treasure?
Hoard.
Hoard.
Okay.
Thank you.
Hoard.
Yeah, just send me whatever dice you rolled, and I'll let you take inventory of whatever it is you're finding here.
Okay.
If it requires further RNG, like if it's like potion of whatever or scroll of whatever, I'll just tell you what's going on. That said, the acolyte sees you going through this stuff and is like, "This is not yours. This is the property of the con." What?
I find what we find here is this is what a CR4 treasure table looks like. 8 gold.
No kidding.
Yeah, that's what a CR4 hoard table look. Oh, that's individual. I'm sorry. Derp.
I was like, there's literally no way.
I'm a derp.
There's no way in hell.
Actually, it's much more than that. We'll get back to it. Okay. It is 9 10 GP gems, so 90 gold worth of gems.
Which have functions, so we'll go ahead and roll which gems they are in a minute.
Okay. And 4 times on magic table item C. Item table C.
Very nice.
Not a bad table.
4 times on magic table.
Yeah, I rolled the D4.
Damn. Well,
nice.
About to hit a power spike.
Super luck. All the bad luck just got
Now,
undone.
do you want me to roll the magic items, or do you want to roll them and then arbitrate whether you want to re-roll an item or something?
We'll go ahead and, in the interest of keeping things moving, 4 times on item C, or on table C. What you find is you find kind of like a section of the treasury that is set apart. These things are wrapped ceremoniously, kept in their own sort of little small containers, just to make sure they're not bumped up and damaged and lost in all the stuff, the junk, I was gonna say, as you're shifting through gold.
The sauce.
Yeah, not lost in the sauce. It'll take some time to identify them, and they are kind of clearly wrapped up with care, so you're not sure what they are. All you can tell is 1, that they're magical, and 2, that they are clearly sort of like the prize of the hoard.
So I shouldn't be rolling numbers on this table.
You can if you want, but we're not going to get into the details of it until you guys have some time.
I'll just send this list to you.
Very good. Subject to my amendments, if I see something on the table I think y'all will have better use for or something. Is there anything else y'all want to pursue here? Oh, I guess I can go ahead and erase these vines, or maybe Julia has to, because
maybe.
Nope. Yeah, I think I gotta do it.
I got it. I got it.
Maybe see what's going on with everyone back at that door.
Exactly what I was thinking.
Lastly, I'll probably take some alchemist fires.
Nice. There appear to be 10 flasks arrayed.
Holy shit.
Casks.
Casks.
That's like 2 for
Open
each
up
of
the
us.
keg. Chugging.
10 casks. Could you imagine just like, well, fuck the rest of this dungeon. Let's just throw this down there and like.
I've already thought about flooding the place by freezing that the bottom of that waterfall. So we've got multiple options of destroying this place.
Do you have the alchemist fire? Did you write that down?
What is alchemist fire?
No, like are you keeping a list?
No, I'm only rolling the.
Someone ought to be
the magic.
I'll go ahead and make a
tracking.
parcel. I'll make a parcel.
Yeah,
this
okay,
is my.
Gotcha.
How much gold and stuff did you say?
10 GP gems.
Awesome. I'm gonna actually do this in Fantasy Grounds later. I'll simply make a note. Magic items. Table C?
Yeah.
Asterisks. Alright, cool. Whoops, I'm drawing something I didn't mean to be. There we go. Okay. As you all kind of go through this loot, the acolytes sort of loudly objecting to you going through their communal belongings. The acolyte is like struggling against the ropes, but ultimately kind of just smolders in your direction.
I just say over my shoulder to him, do something about it.
Did y'all say you like gagged him as well?
Yeah, we gagged him. He can't
yeah.
say.
You can just tell that he's pissed.
Oh yeah.
Camera shift. We find ourselves in the hallway with Fox and Matt, who are investigating a strange stone door. With Lawrence right behind, eagerly just, waiting for
Freddy.
one of y'all to. Yeah, sorry, Freddy. Who cares about Lawrence? Freddy is just eagerly waiting one of you to have like a eureka moment, just kind of like pouting in the corner, like after being scolded by Azaram. So yeah, Fox and Matt, tell me about your investigation. Got some hella investigation. You find yourselves. Well, your investigation, when you're looking at this stone wall formation, this is very clearly not a natural stone formation. Something odd about the shape, and there's very clearly a written script chiseled in fine lettering, fine runes, kind of at eye height in the middle. It's sort of like What movie is this that I'm thinking? Is it?
Lord of the Rings.
Oh my god, I'm
yeah,
thinking of
but-
Hook. Always, I'm always thinking of Hook. You know
Kill
when
them
they touch the knot in the root of that tree, and it's like the Lost Boys hideout, and it kind of like warps in that weird circular shape. It's sort of like that. It's kind of just these weird, almost wavy, ripply, circular sort of rock formations, almost as the rock was fluid at one point, and kind of concavely reaches sort of a center where this script is chiseled into it. What languages do you know, both of you?
I know common, infernal, and undercommon.
None of these. None of your literacies help here.
Elvish and Halfling.
You take a look as well, hoping to gain some sort of insight, but you can't read it either.
These weird. I asked Freddy if he knows what it says.
He looks at it, clearly enjoys feeling included here. He strolls up to it confidently and postures for a second as if he's thinking really hard about it. But ultimately he's like, yeah, I got nothing. Just trying to read it the whole time you guys were killing everybody.
I want to cast Identify as a ritual.
Ooh, 10-minute casting time?
Yes. So if it's I touch the item, if it's magic, I learn its properties, whether it requires attunement, charges, and all that. If there are spells affecting the item, I learn what they are, and yeah, if it was created by a spell, I learn which spell created it.
Interesting. So you basically learn the schools and properties, whatever magical things are affecting this this artificial stone wall thing.
Yeah.
Okay. In that 10-minute window, does Thinry or Julia or Azaram have anything they want to kind of get up to?
I'm mostly just, I'm plucking through
Yeah, you're busy.
these items and stuff, and I'm just gonna kind of gather them all up and bring them back to the main group of everyone, probably along with Julia with me. We'll just leave the guy tied up back there, I guess. Maybe not. I don't know if that's something Julia would agree to. So I come back with the bundles.
Okay.
I found things. I don't
We'll
know what
say
they
that
are
during
yet.
this time you're kind of going through all of the treasure and kind of taking inventory and stuff.
Well, I'll say they're still wrapped up yet. We'll keep that Schrodinger's box
Closed for now.
We
Fox
don't know what
kind
it is
of.
until we observe it.
How does do you have like a way that you envision that Fox sort of performs this identify ritual? I think you've done it a couple times now, right?
Uh, it's like a touch spell, so I imagine him just kind of like rubbing all up on the wall.
Just vibing.
Yeah.
You touch the wall arcanely for 10 minutes.
You whisper sweet nothings at it.
I'm impressed. I'm like, whoa, what's this sorcery? It's kind of.
It's definitely more sensual than it needs to be.
And while he's doing that, and when I come back, I'll be like, "Oh, sorry, I could have read that for you 2 days ago."
Oh, you retrained it. You
I retrained it because I thought somebody in this group had comprehend languages. Pretty sure
Nope.
someone does. I think Julia might.
You gazed into the beyond, saw the need for no reason to sleep ever again. And something in that just made you a little less illiterate than you were before.
Well, to put it crassly.
It's the law of equivalent exchange.
as you are all doing that, Thinry, you're standing kind of with Genrick. Oh, Nim's over there too. Nim is kind of hanging out with Genrick, as well. They're all kind of catching each other up to speed. Atherd seems very kind of like he's taking all the information sort of in stride. It's like, yeah, everyone's dead. We there's no one left kind of up here. What's the deal? Like, where's the master? Lawrence looks a little more nervous. Lawrence like, well, he does his work, he seeks counsel, he handles all of his masterly business, you know. He kind of seems a little like dismissive of it or skeptical or something in that cavern below. So I don't know if he hasn't come out yet. He could be down there. But he seems a little bit nervous about even confronting the master still. Whereas Atherd is kind of more or less just like, yeah, bring it on. At this point, like, there's no going back. He's not having any sort of like cold feet about the situation.
I asked.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
No. It's all you.
I asked Lawrence if the room down below where he thinks the master may be, if that's where the rocks falling came from, if that's where he thinks the disruption echoed from.
It does, yeah. I mean, it did sound like that to me. We heard it over here. It kind of sounded like he kind of points to the hallway where Matt totally obliterated that guard. It's like it sounded like it came from over there. Yeah.
Then we asked Genrick if he thinks it's safe to go check out the four of them, or if should all wait until Fox is done rubbing stone.
What happened? I was gone for a second.
There's some writing on this board that none of us can decipher. Comprehend language is a bard spell, but it is a bard spell, but you probably don't have it prepared.
Is it draconic? Can I read it?
It's not draconic. You're in that other room for now. You ask Genrick if he thinks it's safe, and he looks at y'all and he's like, I mean, it depends on what you mean by check it out. If you mean like go down in there, I mean, it's probably not that safe. But if you just mean that room, then there's no one in there a second ago.
Thinry thinks about it for a second, and she's like, all right, let's go watch Fox's little performance. We'll just, whatever's down there can come meet us up here, and that'll be better.
Question: we have Freddy, right? Did we find Freddy?
Freddy was chilling by the master's chambers, gotcha. But they're trying to figure out how to get in.
Mm-hmm. Okay, gotcha.
And then she comes up the steps and hangs out. Hangs back kind of with Freddy.
Very cool.
And feeling cautious, like she wants to check out the sound, but she doesn't want to die either.
You're like, hey, something's coming. You take.
Wait, well, yeah. I mean, now that we're all just standing around, I would go with Fenry to go check that sound out.
Yeah, want to carry this guy with us? Like, you want to take one side, I'll take the other. We like.
That's something that I left up earlier because I'm like, all right, we'll just leave. Me and Julia will go this way. Wait, no, maybe Julia wouldn't want to leave this person alone. So yeah, I'll grab them by their arms and grab their legs, and we'll just toss them.
We'll like swing them. We're like skipping.
Go ahead and make a both of you make athletics checks to carry this person. Not a high GC, but
what? I think we have.
There's two people, and we're two mages carrying a mage. We're all like.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Both of you have sub 10 strength.
So. Jesus.
Look, all I'm saying is that like even 2 weak people could fucking lift a dude in cloth.
That's true. I'm not saying you. I'm not saying you can't do it. I just want to see what it looks like.
It looks bad.
I would say,
It
so
looks
we're
bad. It
dragging
looks
this
real
guy.
bad.
Got it.
It
does.
looks real bad.
It looks really bad. You both try and grab this acolyte, who's just like thrashing, using all of their body weight. They're not a particularly strong person either, but kind of like a, I don't know, Dexter and Mandark doing the slap fight thing.
Yeah.
What do you want? What do you want from us? I say to him.
The gagged acolyte just angrily like yells and thrashes. You can tell they're trying to maintain their sort of like their
I thought
position
you were like
for
a
that.
blank zombie a little bit ago. Where did all this vigor come from?
You hear an extremely muffled grunt that sounds distinctly like "fuck you," but you can't tell for sure. You might be projecting a little bit.
So I imagine halfway there we like take a rest, and I like look at Azaram. I'm like, why are we so bad at this? How do we?
Look,
I'm like, how do we get anything done? Like, we just
I don't know what
we're
we're
not
doing.
very smart. We're not very strong.
Look, I don't know what we're doing with this guy. I really don't care what he does or where he goes. I just don't want him to mess with us while we're here.
Yeah, same. All right,
Is there any place in particular you want to deposit this fellow?
Well, I guess like halfway there, so like here in the main area, like sneaking by the the picnic table, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Down the water chute.
Yeah.
Wait.
You guys are taking.
Go for a little.
All right, that body's
I
gone.
want to help. Corey, I want to help them. It's taking them a long time to carry this guy.
You
So
kind
I
of
wanna-
come back. You kind of come back in, and you just see them like really clumsily trying to move this body and put this acolyte up on this bench. Is that what y'all were gonna put him?
Yeah, we like throw him on the table for a second as we catch our breath, having moved him only 30 feet.
Matt, you walk into this sort of like Three Stooges situation and roll a 19 on your acrobatics. Why is your acrobatics so good?
Strength.
Still pretty good. Honestly.
I try to calm this acolyte down by insisting that we won't turn him into a pool of slush.
You can
You like
pick him
rock
up
him
and
like a
just rock
baby.
him like
Is that like a threat or a persuasion?
Yes.
Yes.
Roll whichever one you want it to come across as.
Oh, God.
Roll your intention. Roll for intention.
Oh, I can't find it.
Where are my intention dice?
There's something.
You you half-heartedly insult this helpless man who cannot respond, but kind of looks you in the eye with like a kind of strange expression, like what? But nevertheless continues to sort of thrash about.
Stop.
What's your solution to this problem?
Fucking throw him in the corner.
You can. I mean, you rolled well on your athletics check. You can absolutely, like, do what you will with this scrawny nerd.
I know we were questioning our morality recently, but I do kind of want to just kill this guy.
He does seem to be a lot of trouble.
I would have if he didn't have this this weird spell giving me this strange feeling of empathy.
So I'm gonna look down at him and say, "Okay, I'm going to try and kill you again if you don't calm down. You understand?"
He does sort of stop, but he doesn't acknowledge your statement. He just like looks you dead in the eye and stops thrashing around.
Okay. How hard was that? Now, just chill, or I will kill you. Thank you.
Wait,
Goodbye.
Thank you.
wait, are we the bad guys?
I just asked myself that a second ago. I don't think so. We haven't killed him.
No, you already know that this guy worships like an old one of some kind. So whatever you're dealing with is completely kind of like beyond the pale.
Yeah, I assure the guy that as long as he doesn't try anything tricky, we're not gonna like kill you or anything. Just let Matt carry you in his big strong arms.
Or will kill you or anything.
His eyes dart back and forth between Azaram and Matt, still unmoving. Doesn't acknowledge or offer any resistance.
Okay. Hey, Fox, how's the tour coming?
This is about enough time. The end of this identify spell.
Just,
Go ahead and
all the grooves. And go what? What? Huh?
Have you had enough foreplay with the door yet? Are you gonna cast that spell?
I'm working on it.
It's gonna be putty in my hands soon enough.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Identify. I'm just pulling it up so I can know exactly what I need to tell you.
Everything magical about the door.
Yeah, basically. Boop.
Are you about to go Tolkien on us about where this wood was cut?
No.
And
All
a
stone.
tree.
Oh, I know this one. Friend.
Oh, okay.
Friend.
No. Doesn't work. There's way too many letters you think for it to simply say friend.
No, it's speak friend and enter. Friend.
No, it doesn't work. Do you try it in Elvish?
I tried it all.
Do you know Elvish?
Move.
Do you know Elvish?
I was joking. None of this was supposed to be serious. Please move on to someone's more serious inquiry.
It's okay.
I'm sorry for joking.
It's
fun.
Don't do it again.
Okay, yes, sir.
No, I'm kidding. You learn its properties, how to use them. You can tell that this is abjuration magic. Clearly something. And you learn whether any spells are affecting the item. This is definitely a spell effect. Though it's not a spell effect that I could literally point to in the book.
You can tell us your new spell.
No, it is you know enough, and it's a rudimentary enough spell that with both your arcane knowledge and the use of this identify spell, it seems to be warded, and whatever is inscribed upon this this wall is sort of like the key to like passing through the warding. It seems to be actual stone, but I guess you could say there's a touch of transmutation to this spell as well. The stone itself, especially kind of looking over it, investigating it the way you did, it seems to be the same kind of stone as the rest of the cavern is made of, though its physical structure seems completely different, both in texture and in kind of like roughness and everything. It appears as though it has been shaped.
Anyone got shape?
Now that
Stone shape?
Fox is done identifying, Finry like stops picking her teeth in the back and like looks over and sees if she can read the letters. She does deep speech, celestial, and Tam, and no comments out.
Is it in common?
Oh my god.
It's uncommon.
You're all so dumb, you think to yourself. No, it's not.
Oh. It
It's
says out of order.
Boss room broke.
But yeah, it's not Gith or Celestial, I assume, or Deep Speech. Nope, I don't read that.
That's a bunch of nonsense.
Then
that
Henry's
Elvish?
like, oh, hi, hey guys, I actually know what this says. My bad.
Wait,
I didn't think
What's it say?
I just showed up, so like I don't know. I'm just like, oh hey, cool door. Henry's got it.
And she reads aloud. Under shaded baleful star, the old gods remaining die. Under waters rolling far, truer gods by right arise.
Oh.
Well, that's a real pickle.
Well, that's a relief. Don't have to worry
I
about any
know.
gods here. They're all across the sea.
This is horrifying.
Fox takes that passage and he goes to the captive or up near him. Well, let me see what this range is real quick.
I'll go ahead and move this acolyte onto the. Oh wait, did y'all carry him all the way, or did you leave him on the table?
Yeah, no, we brought him.
Yeah, we're bringing him. That's why Matt rolled athletics.
That's
Yeah,
true.
he's over there near where we are.
Let's have him be princess carried by me. I didn't put him down yet.
You're carrying him off.
So, Fox casts detect thoughts, and then
Wait.
he.
Sorry. Go ahead.
Okay.
And then he says that, or he tells Thinry to say it in deep speech, and he like.
Wait, is it in deep speech or celestial?
Deep speech.
Oh, duh.
Wait, I should be able to read that too, but I can't.
You don't have deep speech?
I do. It's on my list, but I think I just typed it.
It didn't
in.
say understood by. Yeah, it didn't say understood by you.
Well, because I think I just typed it in and not added it or something.
Huh.
Mm-hmm.
We can troubleshoot that.
Later.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I'm definitely gonna change your token, by the way.
deep speech to the acolyte.
And so, before even making a check, like I can hear like surface thoughts.
This is
So
okay, very interesting. You detect the surface loss you said on the acolyte.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
The acolyte, hearing y'all recite in common the words on this door. You can detect on an emotional level, surface level, kind of a small sense of panic, but then also kind of confusion. The acolyte seems to be kind of like confused, like, where is the master? Why is he not impeding on these like vermin's efforts to profane our temple? Like, what does the master need from me? What am I supposed to do? Like they're at a loss. They're also sort of confused because the authority figure that they defer to is kind of absent from the situation, and they were clearly expecting something by now. You get the sense that they've been stalling for time.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and try and probe deeper than since it didn't like trigger. I was hoping for maybe like some sort of call and response that would just like automatically like pop into their head, but
What do you mean pop another head?
Influence. You can like say something to influence their thoughts, and then have them make the check to probe deeper.
You want me to just talk to him in deep speech?
Like you ask a question you want the answer to, and like they're gonna think it,
Yeah, something like that.
But
Y'all are tricky.
So yeah, actually, before I try and probe deeper, I just ask how to open the door.
Keep in mind that he is bound and gagged.
Oh yeah. Well, it's still a question that enters his head.
He still has to. He can still think freely.
That's true. You speak in deep speech how to open the door. Fox, the immediate sense of panic that was kind of pervading, kind of like a little bit, kind of, just a little background layer, surges in his thoughts. He's kind of racing, like, what do I do? I have to act now. Like he's like planning, he's like thinking, like, how do I interrupt these interlopers?
Does he need to make that save for Fox to probe even further?
This is surface level.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and probe. See if I can.
We need that juicy door opening thought.
Get probed.
Let me do that.
Very nice. You reach deeper into this acolyte's thoughts, which seem to be sort of structured by ritual and deference and to this kind of order, sort of colored by dogma and things of this nature, but ultimately still strange and alien. Like you kind of get these glimpses of odd rituals made in service to some profane elder evils, and then as you dive, you kind of like a thought comes to the forefront, in a sort of stream of conscious way, as Thenry asks in deep speech, how do you open this door? And you hear a voice speaking in deep speech, and then you hear kind of the stonework scrape and melt away, just out of sight. As from the thought's perspective, it's clearly some sort of memory, as this acolyte is sort of watching from a distance, and then they disappear behind the stonework, and it kind of closes again.
But doesn't know the words that were spoken.
He very clearly hears the words that were spoken. Would this spell, would you understand what he understands? Like language wise? Like if he's thinking in Spanish and you don't know Spanish, would you understand it? Let me read the spell real quick. This is detect thoughts.
Yeah. It doesn't really mention, like, they have to have intelligence and a language, but it doesn't say.
I thought I saw something at the very end. Oh no,
You initially learn the service thoughts for a creature. If you probe deeper, if it fails, you gain insight into its reasoning, emotional state. It knows you're probing into its mind. Okay, it's gonna make an intelligence check. So go ahead and roll your intelligence.
Contest. Good enough. I will use my inspiration.
It was not good enough. The suspense is killing me.
Where did that one go?
It didn't go into the box.
It was a 15.
Yeah, it was a 15, so it would have been a 17.
Nope. Yeah, you're good with you can feel him try and like eject you from his mind, close off his thoughts to you, but you manage to grab onto some errant trains of thought, stream of consciousness, and continue sort of peering through. You notice that whatever he's saying in deep speech has a similar cadence to when Finry kind of repeated the inscription in common.
Finry, is his like confusion and fear kind of like visible on his face?
Yeah, at this point.
Okay.
Especially because he's now aware that you're magically probing his thoughts and such. Well, Fox is, at least. Oh my god. Okay. How do I chat as who I'm?
What are his thoughts? What are his thoughts, dude?
You have to take control of a token. For you to speak as.
Aha! I got it. Thank you. My god, I'm typing like a idiot.
Thenry gives a sneaky wink behind her to Fox and Matt before she speaks this last part to the acolyte.
What if we squeezed out of it?
I'm gonna make it insight. Okay, I get you.
I don't know what I'm inciting, but
a sneaky wink.
Can you just message that to me since I can understand it, Corey?
Oh yeah. Yes, I can. What did I just? Whoops.
Yeah.
What goes through his head? Because I'm still detecting his thoughts.
He is apprehensive of retribution. He is worried that if y'all make it into this chamber, that basically like it doesn't matter if he remained loyal or whatever. He will essentially be like useless to the master and discarded in whatever horrible way that failed servants to this mage are discarded. Thenry, when you kind of talk to him, oh right, he can't even speak back to you. He's got a gag in his mouth. Even so, I'll just say that you like pull it out to let him respond. You can sense in his body language a true, kind of like fear, like fight or flight fear, from this acolyte.
What's watching this like?
You are hearing two people speak to each other in a language that does not sound like it was intended to be spoken by human or mortal tongue. It's awkward, alien, almost broken. It doesn't have a flow like any other language you speak. You find it hard even to kind of intuit where words begin and end. Kind of how you can listen to people of another language talk and kind of like get a feel for the flow of a conversation or a statement, but none of that applies. This language sort of bears its own internal logic and structure that anyone who doesn't speak deep speech is totally unfamiliar with.
Corey, did you send what I said to Azaram, or is there a way for me to send
you
that?
can just type me messages. We don't need to. The script function is not going to work for me today.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can fix that here in a second. But basically, Thenry told the acolyte, "I have the power to move freely between planes. The master's wrath is inconsequential to me." When you say that, and Fox, you're kind of like,
"What the fuck?" Wait, who said that?
Thenry said that to the acolyte, because the acolyte basically was like, "You should not open that door. The wrath of the master will turn us all into the depths of the eternal tempests."
And yeah, so I gave him gave a wink to Fox and Matt, and then I started talking to the acolyte in deep speech. And I first told him that there's like a reason I speak this language, and that we're not foes. And then I rolled a 20 deception, and then he's like, "We are foes. You shouldn't speak the words. The wrath of the master will shit on us." And so I told him that I can move freely between planes, so the master's wrath is inconsequential to me.
And when you say that, I look at you, and in deep speech, I say, "You can what?"
Take me home.
You can.
I'm listening.
I'm incredulous. I'm incredulous. We'll say. I say in deep speech, I'm incredulous. I somehow doubt that.
we can just kind of continue this in this way. It's kind of
that's what I say, like in deep speech too.
No,
right?
absolutely. The acolyte.
I don't realize it's deception.
No. I wasn't saying it was deception. I'm saying we can continue this conversation sort of between the three of us.
I don't realize that she is being deceitful.
The acolyte joins in with your surprise and is like, "Yeah, even if what you're saying is true, that'll be a small comfort to what comes after crossing the master."
We have a long conversation to have later, Thenry.
What is he like whenever he's saying that? What is he thinking of? Like, what is he thinking will happen?
You kind of are imagining, well, you're seeing him recall a very dimly lit cavern in which an array of bodies, some living, some dead, all kind of propped up on their knees in a sort of ritualistic fashion as a robed mage kind of goes past them one by one and performs a ritualistic sort of like rite on each of them. And whatever they were before, at the end of this rite, he sort of administers this not like a cat. I keep wanting to say cask. It's not the right word. What's the word for like those like? It's not like a skin. It's like a gourd shaped sort of like jar, almost like a personal like container.
A canteen?
I guess so. It's like a ceramic sort of canteen. It's clearly sort of ornamental. It has kind of like a beaded
jug,
rope around jug. Yes, something about that size. And he administers it to these
a calabash.
Yeah.
One of these?
Calabash.
I like the word, so we're gonna go with a calabash.
Oh, that's a type of plant that is used to make stuff like that, but just bottle gourd.
Oh yeah, sure.
Is this what you're describing, Corey?
Like Orin's wine flask in 10 in Final Fantasy 10. I can't see what you're posting at the moment.
Is that literally what he's holding?
Yeah,
it's
Corey,
literally what I'm holding right now.
Literally holding.
You have to get on camera right now.
I can't see the pop out. 1 second. Oh, that's hilarious. Yes, kind of almost exactly like that. Yes. Okay. It's smaller and it's kind of more spherical.
I can't believe you weren't just saying what you're seeing on screen. You were thinking...
that was transcendental, honestly.
We both like Final Fantasy X too much.
Yeah. Earlier when you said a stone was moving, I thought of the sample of the Besaid Village song.
Oh,
oh
my
yeah, we
gosh.
know what you're talking about.
Hell yeah. No,
hey,
you see them performing this rite, administering some sort of liquid into the mouths of these bodies, again, some living, some dead, and afterwards, whatever they were before, they seem to become some other in stature, in presence. Something has shifted. It's not like an overt physical transformation, but they clearly became something new and subservient afterwards. And that is clearly what this acolyte fears.
All right, well, we just don't gotta drink that juice.
Julia, what were you gonna say?
I am in like shock and awe, and like look to Thenry, and I'm just kind of like, holy shit, this isn't a made up language after all. Because I've like heard Thenry say deep speech, but like no one speaks it, and this whole time I just thought Thenry was fucking with me.
Just like,
And now there's like 3
saying
people talking in
gibberish.
deep speech.
Oh my gosh, it's unsettling. That's for sure. And most people find you unsettling. So as far as that barometer goes, you
Yeah,
get it
yeah,
now.
I've heard it before. I just
Mhm.
haven't heard a conversation. I'm like, it's real.
It's
Fenrir's just like perplexed and embarrassed because she thought that these people were looking for that key from Ginrick to like move between Sonottia and
they are. There's
and like,
clearly some mystery to how it works, though. It's sort of cutting edge
but
magical
they're not
theory.
called planes.
They are planes. Um,
Okay, she takes it that like planes was the wrong word, and she's just like, oh fuck, I bumped it. I fucked up so hard, like dreading Azaram like chewing her out or like wanting to know what she meant.
Oh yeah, no, you can look forward to that.
really, the planes, they're moving between planes can mean any number of things, and this is something that anyone living in this world would kind of know just through legend and like myth and stuff. It's not even super technical to be aware of this, but it's like the planes are sort of like separated. They're sort of like different sort of ontological elements of the multiverse, the cosmos, or whatever you want to call it. So like moving between planes could mean anything from like visiting the plane of elemental fire to like crossing into a demi-plane that's very similar to the world you know, but is kind of like bound in its own sort of pocket. Or
You could even just send your spirit to certain planes while your body remains wherever it is. There's lots of ways.
in layman terms, the planes are sort of the different aspects of existence.
She
So it's not the wrong
her
word.
brain is small and so smooth, so she's just.
From what you gather, you're like, I don't know. You tried to convince this acolyte of what you're saying, and they aren't like rejecting or defying you. They're more like insisting, like, no, like this is bad stuff. And
Oh no, it's not the acolyte that she feels this way from. It's Hazaram's bonds. She's like, oh fuck. I messed this
I see.
I ask him what's below us.
He the is he? I guess he's still ungagged. He gestures. He's like, that's the below is the cavern where the master like does his work and communes.
What are his thoughts?
The master's thoughts? I'm not privy to the master's thoughts.
No.
No, I'm still detecting his thoughts.
Yeah,
I'm like,
you very much he's lingering on that image, whatever that ritual that was taking place below was. You kind of hear a running stream. The cavern itself is very dimly lit, so it's hard to like make out any particulars, but when you ask him again, that's where his mind returns to.
Is there any way that you can like try to say out loud what you hear in his head, even though you don't speak deep speech? And Azaram or I could try and translate it.
That would be awesome.
Maybe.
He's a pretty smart guy. I might try.
Yeah. So but did I hear? I thought it sounded like common.
It had the words that were spoken were in deep speech. Whoa. But his memory of them in deep speech had a similar cadence to the way Thenry read the inscription in common.
Could Fox do like a performance to just imitate what he saw or heard?
it would be difficult, but perhaps.
I can try it.
You've
Well,
sung
mostly
songs
right
in
now.
languages you weren't aware of before. You've performed rites and customs in foreign lands.
Is it does detect thoughts work like that? Is it language like locked, or is it just like you're reading their
It doesn't
thoughts,
say anything about
language
like
in there?
not sharing the language. It's like they have to have language for you to do
Otherwise,
it,
you
but it's
still
okay
read the
that you
thoughts. You don't
yeah.
have to share
Oh.
language with them.
Yeah.
It would
Yeah. I mean,
purpose
I've been pretty
though.
clear about what the thoughts are.
Yeah.
I'm just interested in, because telepathic creatures still have languages. Yeah.
Yes, in almost every case, telepathic creatures are not restricted by language.
Interesting. Okay.
Telepathy works like cross languages. It's just you transmit
That's cool.
thoughts into their brains, and their brain automatically decodes it.
We'll work with something in between for now, while we get a feel for how telepathy works in this campaign, because it's clearly going to come
Sure.
up.
Sure.
But with all the information you've had and kind of like sitting in this acolyte's thoughts, alien though they may be, you kind of have an epiphany that simply what the master was reciting before the door was that inscription spoken in.
Gotcha. Okay. It's just you literally just got to be able to read it.
I
Read it and
assume
speak it.
is that not exactly what? Oh no, she read it out loud in common the first time, right?
That's right.
Okay. We figured it out. We solved the puzzle, gang.
I
I
keep.
thought you
I
would
keep.
solve it a lot further back. Yeah, you.
Fox, do you know that's what it is?
So are we gonna go in, or should we say it? Should we go in? This guy really doesn't want us to, so I think we should.
I definitely let you guys know that it's. You just need to read the passage out in
I
the
will.
original language.
I will do so in deep speech.
Okay.
And Fox is just gonna keep like asking about what happens in the chamber below, trying to like shape his thoughts on it. Like keep
Does he get
drawing
another
attention
save?
to it. Yeah, I think he can keep using his actions to try and.
He will. Doesn't like this.
Right.
It feels like betrayal to him.
Why are you letting him do things to your head? You wouldn't let me. You wouldn't let
Roll
me into
2.
your brain.
Roll 2.
Yeah. Just because it's been a while back and forthing here.
Everyone's just like speaking in like a really deep speech, and I'm like,
Matt, you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, like Fox has an in. Fox has an in on the
all of a
conversation.
sudden, everyone's just like shouting in like a really like low like gibberish. And like I don't know.
Very throaty, slimy gibberish.
We share drinks together, so
Wait, Ian, you don't make the saving throw; they do.
It's not a. It's a saving
check.
throw to get in, but then after that, it's a contested intelligence check.
I see.
You get basically one more question before he finally throws you out. You're trying to prompt. You said you were trying to kind of prompt his thoughts to kind of shape more of what's down in the cavern.
Yeah.
What specifically? What details are you trying to kind of sharpen?
Like what the work is that is done there.
Whatever. It is just this scene. Past that, you kind of like the edges of this memory are this acolyte going down bringing this ceremonial liquid of jar of liquid, whatever it is, to the master, assisting with the ritual, and then being directed away, and riding this sort of like makeshift elevator, what looks like it's used to mainly, or was intended to kind of like lug supplies up and down into and out of the cavern. The rest on either end is sort of, you can tell, I mean, from what you can have gathered talking to all these people and interrogating this one, the master is extremely secretive, and even those that he communicates with directly, apparently like this acolyte, are sort of kept on a tight leash. Like there's very little sort of, there's no kind of reciprocal information flow. It's very much like a, you do what I say for the good of my order that I have like graced you an admission, graced you by admitting you into. The acolyte or whatever is a true believer, but despite being sort of like one of the more trusted members of this like enclave, it still takes direction and executes it with very little context supplied to them by their leader.
Yeah.
Whoops,
All right.
They don't move. A lie. The bigger trends from their thoughts, they're clearly, the water has a deep significance here, especially if y'all have spoken about the strange workshop that you found. You even recall that Atherd described kind of drinking from a stream and sort of having a personal epiphany, and then finding themselves in the service of this group. I think Azaram even sort of mentioned that was odd, as they described it. But so whatever the work is, whatever the rituals involve, there's clearly a heavy emphasis on the water.
Can I do a nature check to kind of like see if I
yes.
know anything that's going on here?
I think so, because you also asked that earlier and I glazed right over it. So go ahead and ask about the water and stuff.
15.
When you were kind of looking at that water in the room as it was going through the refinery, it's clearly whatever's in it. Visibly, it looks almost as though the water is a substrate for some other kind of fluid, and that there's like kind of like maybe a it kind of like, it gives the surface of the water an odd kind of sheen to it that, depending on how the light hits, it kind of reflects in various patterns, kind of like a soap bubble or something.
Okay, kind of like oily, kind of
bit.
petroleum-y or whatever it is.
Hey, I just brain blasted myself real quick. Y'all remember how we couldn't get in because of the water outside? So Azaram, are you like looking over towards the water, kind of like pontificating at it, Julia, or something?
Yeah, I am thinking about it. I'm like connecting some streams, and I'm like, so the water, I tell people that the water that they've collected here is definitely fouled, or I'm not sure if fouled's the right term, but it's definitely not purified. It seems to be infused with some sort of other, I don't know, other substance. Maybe. I don't know if it's natural or not.
Do you think it would be a shame for the inhabitant of this place if the water were to get plugged up back in that room over there?
Plugged up in
because
the big room, the main
in the
hallway?
big room where the water's like falling down into that pit
Yeah.
and then funneling down, like
I think
perhaps
cutting
maybe
off their water wouldn't help them. That's for
that
sure.
sounds fun to do.
Does
Yeah.
it?
What?
I get excited. I'm like, yeah. But that would unfreeze the other water, right? at the
No,
end?
no, I can have 2 freezings at once.
2 freeze
It's been about
waters.
an hour.
Yeah.
As well. I'm not sure how long your thing lasts, but the
It's an
sun
hour.
is finally coming up proper, which you can kind of see it kind of leaking through the watchtower.
It's the
halls.
block down there can melt. That's fine because I'm going to be plugging it up. Ideally, there won't be any more water coming out then anyway.
I see. Yeah.
So
you go into this main hall.
well, I'm sorry. We kind of did get sidetracked real fast. We were like about to like say the words to this door, and then Azram was like, "Oh, I could freeze water."
We know, Azaram. As y'all were saying.
Yeah, so Thinry,
Can
you pulling the trigger on this door? Does anybody want to do anything right before?
I was just about to.
No,
and then
Azram was gonna.
I was.
But
Oh, I can do that.
She just like shakes her head. And she's just like, yeah, and says it.
Very good. You recite the inscription. Undershaded baleful star. Undershaded baleful star. The old gods remaining die. Under waters roiling far. Truer gods by right arise. As you kind of finish, the stone, like almost like a whirlpool in reverse or something. A hole opens from the middle and slower to the outside, and you see kind of a makeshift curtain behind it. Can you see?
Yeah.
Does it actually work? Well, yeah, you see a small personal chambers behind this kind of a curtain. Several sealed casks line the walls. A small workbench contains pages upon pages of mad arcane scribblings in disarray.
Dibs.
There's a bed. A sickly, shivering woman lays, covered by sheets. She appears conscious, though does not respond to you entering the room or other outside stimuli. There's a nightstand near the bed with a jar filled with strange liquid.
Yikes.
Yo, you good?
I wanna.
Who wants to what?
Onto us
All
now.
right.
Can y'all move into the room? Do I need to move you in? Or
Yeah, I just didn't want to rudely like skip everybody,
Yeah,
but
it's gonna
let's
just shove-
go.
it's another one of those weird line of sight things. I cannot tell.
No, it's just there are people in the hallway and they're just standing there with like, excuse me.
Like, cool, we got it in the
Yeah.
chambers. What the fuck?
Over here.
Corey, I dropped the guy. I want to see if we can heal this chick. Lay on hands.
Absolutely.
To remove.
You walk up to her, and she is like, she's laying kind of like flat on her back, kind of covered by sheets. It's almost as though she's being attended to. There's sort of like a cloth across her face, slightly draped. It seems like somewhere between medical and ceremonial, whatever's going on here. And her eyes are kind of rolled back. She's catatonic and unresponsive. Nothing anyone says to her affects her in any way. She doesn't attempt to react or respond.
I'm not the best at this, but I'm gonna do an Arcana check.
What about his lay on hands to remove disease? Does that do anything?
Let me see.
I'll wait to see what happens there.
Does it look?
Does it look what? You're kind of cutting in and out.
I was gonna use a health. I was gonna. Do we have a medicine?
Someone has.
I'm gonna see if. I just assume it's a disease, though.
With a 4, you kind of administer basic first aid. Her skin is very kind of cold to the touch. Oh my goodness, y'all.
I'm just observing. I'm trying to figure out what's going on. And I'm like, I got nothing.
You're like cat, like over the shoulder. Nope, no idea. I put this book.
I want to ask Freddy if he knows what this is all about. Who this person is.
Freddy recognizes the person. And he's like, yeah, she was chosen by the master to ascend to a higher rank in the order. And he kind of trails off, like he's just looking at it kind of like shocked.
April.
Is this Ascension?
He says her name is Trita, and he's doesn't have a response to your question. He
What happened to those before who ascended?
well, I mean, that guy in the hallway did it.
Which one? There were many.
They're
all dead now.
The one that's not dead.
Oh, yes.
But most of them were before my time, so I don't know what. Yeah, he seems like shook. He also gives off the vibes of somebody who sort of regrets coming.
You were so eager before.
Yeah.
I opened a drawer.
There's one.
A drawer. Find the first drawer. You're just nosy as hell.
Where are my books? My books. I can't DM.
Well, Azaram has no sense of like personal space or like one. I don't know. Not no sense, but like very abstract concepts. He can hand wave sometimes.
Azaram, as you're kind of looking over this medical sort of thing, you notice that the nightstand nearby, by the bed has like that strange fluid in it. It's almost like a preserving liquid or embalming or something, and inside of it you see like what looks like a brain.
Oh, this sets off a couple of triggers in Azaram's his brain, if you will. Just like seeing exposed brains, first thing he thinks of are mind flayers and illithids. That's immediately where like his like gut goes like, oh, it might think it's like an intellect devourer or something. I like gesture in defense at it as I notice it.
What's wrong? What is it? Oh no! What the? Whose is this?
I'm gonna grab a book really quick. I'll be right back while you guys talk about what this reaction is.
What's going on? Oh, God. Yes.
What'd you find?
A brain. Luckily, it doesn't have legs or anything.
Whose is this?
I look at Azaram and I'm like, we're in luck.
Yes.
Because we failed. Oh my god. Because we've been failing every intelligence check that's come our way.
Okay.
With this, we'll know what that lab does.
If I only had a brain.
Your party's finally balanced.
We got a brain. We're finally balanced.
Oh my god.
Between the 5 of us, there's like one smart person.
I would never debase myself and consume.
But they will roll bad.
I would never debase myself and consume another being's brain matter like that.
You say word out. Perfect pronunciation. Okay, so update me real quick. You're going for a drawer. There's clearly a drawer on this nightstand next to this brain. Matt,
if it's the first one,
you wanted to do some spell effect, lay on hands, right?
So yeah, I noticed the vial. So I smell it. It seems kind of. Does it smell? What's it smell like? Does it look like poison to me?
What, the jar with brain in it?
No, the vial with medicine in it. The vial with potion.
I forget, where did this vial come from? Which one are we talking?
You said
about?
there was that liquid.
That you got from. Wait, hold on. Was this one of the potions you got from?
Corey, no.
Yeah.
No. You said next to the lady was next to the brain was some more of the liquid that was part of the ritual.
Different. Yeah, different walls. So where Thinry is, there's kind of like a little keg on the ground. That's where they are. There's sort of like an array of a few jugs, and yeah, they look kind of watery, but just like 5 to 10% more viscous than water, and the sort of like petroleum sheen that we were describing earlier is heightened. If you look at the surface of the water and you kind of hold it up to the light, you can almost see like images and patterns in the way that the water catches the light, but they're ephemeral. You can't tell almost if they're a trick of the eye or if you're seeing something through the waters. But either way, it's some kind of strange liquid here.
Gross. I think we should take them.
Gross. Bring it with us.
Bring it with us.
We're just making a pet out of everything.
We are not bringing a brain with us. No.
Corey, would you prefer an Arcana or an Investigation check for me to look over these scribbling notes?
Wait, Fox, can you read this brain? Can you read this brain, Fox?
Yeah, okay. We'll get back to your lay on hands in a second, Matt. I haven't forgotten.
Sure.
Arcana, well, it's clearly arcane in nature. It looks to be like spell work. It's just kind of in a base language that is abnormal considering all the spell scrolls you've ever seen. So if you want to roll, either are appropriate. It depends on what you're looking for. Are you trying to understand what's written, or are you trying to look for something in the document?
Really, I guess I was initially gonna look for any useful information, but if they're like clearly spells, I'd probably want to figure out like what kind of magic, like at least,
Mm-hmm.
what he was getting at. So I'll do Arcana.
Good thing. Because it's clearly, like I said, from a different sort of like even school of magical theory than what you're accustomed to in the insane people world. It's hard to grasp, but that said, you do notice just from kind of how all the work is arrayed that it all seems to reference a couple old documents that you identify as being written in a completely different kind of magical lexicon. And when you look at that closer, the scroll seems sort of like the magic has been expended. A lot of the runes are smudged or burnt through as the spell was perhaps originally cast, but you do kind of like it seems familiar.
I think they just finished, so I don't think he did. So they're like expended spell scrolls.
There's a couple of expended spell scrolls that seem like they are written more in a language, a magical like syntax or whatever that you're familiar. And these, well, it's really one scroll, and it seems familiar to you as you look on.
Okay. I'm gonna.
Your best guess is that the rest of the work is an attempt to reverse engineer whatever's written on this scroll that you find as unique.
I gotcha. Well, I'm gonna definitely keep that one.
Gotcha.
I open the drawer under the brain.
Matt, okay. A drawer under the brain. You find a lot of basically just the whole room is pretty sparse as far as or maybe erudite. Right word.
The drawer.
Yeah. The whole room is particularly kind of like almost vacant. The drawer is much the same, though there are a few. Yes, Spartan. There's a word that I keep reaching for that I can't.
The drawer.
The drawer
Sparse?
has basically what look to be some rudimentary spell components, um, a religious artifact similar to the one that the acolyte before had,
That tossed
and
over my shoulder.
yeah, and kind of like a small, barely used kind of journal that appears to be sort of chronicling not even necessarily a personal life, but maybe like a project or progress.
I flip through it to a random page.
To a random page. You as you flip through it, it's written in deep speech, so this doesn't matter. You read it easily, but it seems to chronicle the master, whoever this figure is, their sort of path, their task, their goals even are only hinted at around the edges, but very clearly. He frequently mentions receiving visions through the holy waters, things of that nature, having communed. Occasionally, there's even a name. It appears to be a name, though it's foreign to you. Um, 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 in deep speech, in an it's like an untranslatable word, so you assume it's a name. Shel Ashestral kind of is mentioned occasionally in reverence. And this mage appears to be working toward locating a group of adventurers that very much describes Gendrick. One is described often as a thing that you notice kind of flipping through these things. Like I said Gendrick, didn't I? Genrick. Yeah. And from Genrick's brief description of his companions being kind of like a cleric touched by Pelor, a druid, a knight, uh, an odd mage. Like these images are kind of are referenced clearly. Whatever this mage is been put in service of has a fixation on the group Genrick was a part of, and you can only assume that their goals extend from that fact. Their fixation.
That's a lot from a random page. He's gonna keep reading.
No, that's literally you flipping through. That is you getting it all. Huh?
Sorry, I have to go grab something real quick. I'll be right back.
You're good. You're just gonna keep flipping through. Mm-hmm.
Can you type that name that you just said?
Yes, I will. I'll type it in deep speech so that.
Can you type it in common too so I can put it in my notes?
No.
No?
No, I will. I'll
Okay.
drop it to you.
Okay. How do you say it again? I'll just spell
Shel
it myself.
Ashestral.
Shell.
Yeah, it's an old one name. That is for certain. I'm putting it in the D&D players chat right now. Yeah, so Azaram kind of quickly going through is like, yo, what the whatever it is that this he said he had to step away. So
I'm back.
Oh, very cool. So yeah, whatever it is that this journal is chronicling, it's clearly in pursuit of this party, of this group. And you also very much get the sense that like the master is in service of kind of directly communing with some elder being.
Can I roll a check to see if Azaram knows who that is? I've never heard of this, so that's cool.
Kind of.
Maybe Azaram has heard of them.
Yeah, you can try.
What kind
I
of
want
check
to try
would that
too.
be?
It could be like knowledge arcana or religion, I guess. Either, whichever one.
Ooh, net 20.
Wow, good job.
You have not heard the name, but Azaram, you feel confident that based on all that you know of kind of like mind flayers and all those things and other things that inhabit the far realms and all the references to deep waters, you look back over at the woman who's shivering on this bed. You notice that she is undergoing some sort of physical transfiguration as gills are opening on on either side of her throat, and you feel fairly confident that this is the name of an aboleth.
Okay. Well, at first,
What's that, Evelyn?
Azaram like turns and notices this, and immediately goes into like an offensive posture because he thinks she's going through seramorphosis for half of a second. Like he thinks she's turning into a fucking mind flayer.
Oh shit, no.
But then he like sees the gills and he's like, "Wait, gills?"
Mm-hmm. Matt, as you notice that part of the convulsion and the shivering and things of that nature are because this woman is struggling to breathe.
She needs water.
Yeah, do you
Oh, that's it. Okay, so I stopped trying to lay on hands.
Well, no, I say that because there's clearly an affliction here. This is not normal. You would not. Yeah.
Fuck.
She's got gills.
I've got a spell for this, but guess what? It's not prepared.
She's starting to have gills. Lay on hands can remove diseases, and this is what I was looking.
Ooh.
But she consented to this transformation. It would be wrong to undo it.
Wow, you're so considerate.
She doesn't look like she's having a good time.
She does not look like she's having a good time. Then again,
but that was.
Do you know that she consented?
Okay, Friday, did she consent to being turned into a fish woman?
It's like, dude, what? I don't know. What is that? What's going on with her? How would I know? I'm a flunky here. I'm the new guy.
I'm in a moral dilemma.
Oh, well, you can. I mean, you can say heal her, or she can suffocate.
Oh God. Okay, I say, guys. I think we should.
Water.
Yeah, let's put her.
Look through her eyes, and then we'll send her down the.
Yeah, good idea.
The water.
She'll have to
this is bad water.
Sharing your brain.
For all I know, this could be like some kind of redemption ritual or something, where
there's a lot of assumptions that this is like fine, but we could also just reverse it. And if she's mad about it, then like she can go
This is
do it again.
She's turning into an aberration. Please fix her.
Okay, I make insight. Does it seem like this is okay for her to turn into?
You can roll insight.
I did. I rolled it. I got an 18.
You you don't know that in her state of mind, the concept of fine or like volition really super apply.
Okay.
This is
I see it
clearly
now.
a violent and radical physical transformation
This is
that is a
an
severe physical
abnormal-
trauma. Mhm.
This is an abnormal, aberrant creature she's turning
Okay.
into.
So even though Matt's normally cool-headed, he gets very upset at this so-called master who's manipulating his servants into these strange transformations. So I go ahead and use lay on hands, and I try to end her transformation.
Okay. The effect like cures what, like a wound or a disease? Like what does it say?
It says disease or poison
It's
specifically.
up to you, the DM, really.
Oh,
Yep.
disease or poison. Okay, I just wanted to know what
Yeah.
all it affects.
wish
As
it
you
said
lay
more,
on
honestly.
hands, you the holy energy, positive energy courses through her body, and you can see you can feel, for one thing, her pulse quicken, her body heat begin to rise slowly, not immediately, but the clamminess starts to kind of subsist. The gills that are kind of beginning to form and flap or whatever on her neck, kind of like gaping for water flow, begin to seal. And she, in one long breath, just like sucks in all the air she can possibly into her lungs, and kind of like sharply exhales and collapses back onto the bed, and her head rolls to one side, eyes closed. That said,
This is a good thing you've done, Matt.
Yes, it just took me a while.
you're like, do I mess with this person? Do I not mess with this person? Does anybody else contribute to this in any
We
way?
need to find this man. If this has moved beyond whatever his personal attacks against us were, and into crimes against the plains.
What do you mean?
He's transforming people into horrible creatures not native to this world. It is disgusting. He must be stopped.
To that, I agree.
Matt, as you heal this woman and she kind of collapses back onto the bed, you all notice the brain in that jar
Oh,
begin to stir, and it
No.
kind of like uncorks the jar, and these grotesque sort of like ill-shaped appendages kind of unfurl out from the brain as it crawls out of the jar and onto the floor. Everyone needs to roll initiative.
stated how confident I was that it didn't have legs earlier. Oh, fuck. I was like, oh, God. Oh, good thing it's not an intellect devourer.
It definitely was concealing it, and is in fact an intellect devourer.
God damn it. You composed yourself well then.
You said intellect devourer, and I was like, oh wait, I've been messing with Julia this whole time. I don't know where Julia is in the room. Freddy freaks out. Matt's in the room. Everyone needs to roll initiative for me. I'm gonna wait real quick. I'm going to hold on before y'all roll. No,
Yep, you said the words.
the interface is slightly different. I was trying to reset the stuff. Menu, rest. Oh fuck it. Oh, that probably gave you your spell slots back.
Hell yeah, it did. Thanks.
Get rid of them. Sorry.
I don't know what you're talking about.
No, you don't have a. They're not there.
Oh
Fuck.
shit! Yeah, I forget how fucked up I was.
Yeah, we're not okay right now. We're not ready for a fight. We can take an intellect devourer, but like that's about it, I think.
How does one click the initiative button?
Should we roll?
Oh,
Are
yeah.
we still waiting?
Yeah. I cleared it all. You can roll now.
We're fighting
A brain.
a brain. How smart of it to attack us while we were injured already.
Fuck it. What it said. It has to be a fucking way to get it to just roll the initiative. Swell. Every time they change the UI, I feel like a baby. Fuck it. Oh, that's wrong. Okay. Everyone rolled?
Fenry, Gandrick, and the NPCs have.
The NPCs have not. Henry needs to roll.
She did earlier. It was a 13.
Okay, I'll just put the
13 is better.
the 13 was better, and I will go ahead and make sure.
13 it is. I'm just Azram rolled really low, so he's just like shocked and angry at himself.
For like missing it while not missing it.
Like exactly, like for some reason he just assumed it wasn't.
It was definitely concealing itself, and I like to imagine, I don't know what the book says about this, but I like to imagine that in like Devourers, like the kind of like aberrant limbs and stuff that it has very much can kind of like fold into it and kind of.
You're totally right. And Azram dumb for not realizing or thinking about that.
Gotcha. Yeah, it emerges with hostility. And if everyone has rolled, top of the round is Julia.
So this brain's coming at us, huh?
Uh-huh.
Sick. Well. I got one spell left.
Just crush it. Crush it with your feet.
Just like pantomiming.
You know what? Why not? I'm going to cast Shillelagh and walk up on it. And
you have your spore stuff active, right? Because you have your temp HP still going and stuff.
Yeah, actually I do, but it's a reaction. So does that mean it happens off my turn?
It happens whenever the trigger is met.
Oh, which is whenever something enters my area. So yeah, it would do that. Once it became a threat, let me do the thing. Intellect Devourer. Good luck. I ain't got much. It succeeded, so no damage.
Nope, no damage.
Cool. So yeah, I shillelaghed myself, so I'm gonna bop it.
Very good.
1 second, I kind of screwed up over here. Let me attack.
It.
Let me attack from over here. Okay.
Pull it.
Ooh, that was almost a 1.
Yeah, you smack this intellect devourer.
My thing's not working. I also do another D6 on top of that.
3 more.
8 total.
Yep.
Very good. What's the D6 from? Your spore stuff?
Yeah, my symbiotic entity is still like active from that last fight, I guess.
Very good. You you bring your enchanted staff down on this odd quadrupedal brain, and it connects, and you it's like striking a firm bowl of jello. It's disgusting. It conforms around your staff. The hemorrhaging is this kind of black inky blood. Very gross, but it's hard to gauge how much pain it's in. Completely foreign entity. Matt, your turn. Unless Julia wants to move.
No, I moved into this, so if I moved away, I would get whomped.
It's true.
I definitely look at its expressionless brain face, and I'm like,
Don't like that.
And I'm not exactly, but a little similar to a housewife up on a stool when there's a mouse running about. Squish it, squish it, squish it.
Oh no. I bop it.
You jump up on the bed and just chop.
Door?
You miss. The swing goes wide, and it's hard. You've never fought something with this peculiar anatomy before, and so it kind of dodges in an unexpected way. Is there anything else you want to do for your turn?
That's it.
Henry, it's your turn.
All right. Finray really hates this thing. She hates it a lot.
You telling me?
So much. She calls it a really ugly bad brain in deep speech.
Nice.
That it is.
Yeah. Whacks it. Damage.
Nice.
And then an additional d6 of psych damage. And then I get plus. Oh, that was Fox. Whoops. Sorry. And then an additional +2 damage because it's a favored enemy. And
look at all the relevant the relevant class features coming out.
Yeah. There we go.
Okay.
So 12 physical or piercing damage, and then 2 psychic damage.
Okay. The arrow sinks into its flesh kind of deeply, but it doesn't seem to respond to the physical trauma like you would expect it to. You said 12 piercing and 2 psychic?
Mm-hmm.
I have marked it down. On its turn, well, it's clearly bloodied. You guys have like really messed with it. It kind of like, it doesn't have a face. It doesn't look around. It kind of shuffles along the ground in a way that it's trying to avoid all of your blows, and you see it kind of like scrunch its body in a weird way, and it's a thing.
Everyone, close your minds.
Hey Corey, I'm
Clench your
sorry.
brain.
I misread Dreadful Strike, and I only do the extra psychic damage if the creature has a weapon. So subtract that to psychic. My bad.
Okay. That is totally fine. Only if it has a weapon. Interesting.
What a weird distinction.
I wonder if that has to do with like the iron stuff. Like fate creatures don't like iron and metal and shit. Huh. I want to read more about this class you picked. Anyway, you shoot the brain. The brain is not pleased. The brain scrunches its form. And
no, when you hit it with a weapon.
Oh.
Which you did, so you're good.
I'm sorry.
But it's only a 1d. It's 1d4, not 1d6.
Yeah.
Put it back. While inside. Okay, cool. I need to roll things on my side. Oh my god. Well, it would have been a tie if this thing didn't rain. Yeah, you see its body kind of scrunch and contort until it almost just collapses into a single point, disappears completely.
What the
Whoa.
fuck?
Fox's turn.
Oh. Troubling.
Did it just plane shift?
No.
I say aloud to myself.
You.
No.
No,
I
you
say
also
aloud to
say aloud to my. Yeah. You don't think so. You suspect it was closer to your first idea.
I've had so many ideas since then. Oh no. Which idea?
Fox is gonna cast Detect Thoughts again, but this time because you can also try and detect creatures.
How many spell slots do you have left?
That's both of my second level slots gone.
Damn, you're solving problems over here.
Oh, you should have read the brain earlier when I asked you to. Can you read this brain?
It's not a book.
Well,
no, I'm kidding.
You can use this spell to detect the presence of thinking creatures you can't see. You can search for thoughts within 30 feet of you. 2 feet of rock, 2 inches of any metal other than lead or a thin sheet of lead blocks it.
So it just kind of tells you, is it like radar? Does it tell you about everything that's thinking in that radius?
Or no, it just tells you if there is a creature.
Yeah.
Right.
Basically,
I'm trying to...
I did all the thinking creatures within. If something has thoughts within 30 feet of me, I detect it.
Within that radius, you detect.
Yeah, he knows where they are. He knows where they are within 30 feet.
Okay, very cool. I'm just checking this space here. Within 30 feet, you detect the thoughts of the party.
The
Frederick?
present, not the thoughts. The presence.
The presence. Okay, you detect the presence of a mental energies, psychic energies from the party, Frederick, and the woman in the bed.
Okay.
That said, I would assume you can kind of detect the qualities. Like, I'm sure it's not just like yes, no, binary, right? Like,
well, no, it's you know.
Well, without probing, it's like the surface. So, what is on the mind at that moment? Like their like stream of consciousness, sort of.
The woman in the bed is consumed by feelings of insatiable hunger.
Oh, sad.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Well, I know what is going on, but Fox probably doesn't.
I think Fox might know quicker than you would, just because of them haven't seen it all. If it occurs to you, it's not metagaming.
Yeah. Fox lets everyone know at least. Like, she hungry.
Okay, I'm so sorry. Where's the brain?
Wait, but Fox
she's hungry not for food. It is it is.
Oh shit. Oh no.
I knew
Matt,
we should have thrown her in the river.
Oh, Matt, I'm sorry.
No, it's fine.
You're all just cool.
Oh.
Oh, gee. Oh.
Whose turn is it?
It would be Azaram's turn.
Oh. Well, I step up to her and I level a palm at her face and I say, I'm so sorry.
Oh, God. Well. Yeah.
And I'm gonna Eldritch Blast her.
I'm gonna blast. She's stationary at this point because Matt is both. She's prone. Matt is standing on the bed above her. Yeah, you have advantage on this.
Ugh. Disgusting. Oh, this is sad.
Wait, everyone's sad, but Matt doesn't have any idea what's happening.
Matt's probably like, what the with advantage. That hits though.
Okay, yeah.
Cool. Yeah, that certainly hits. The Eldritch Blast, you kind of rackets what was this woman's body with pure force. And the shock and her weakened state prior and everything, her body completely goes limp. Let me...
Oh.
She could have been a good. Whatever she
when
became.
when the Eldritch Blast kind of just like courses through her body and you see kind of the breath leave, out of her face, like through her nasal cavity, this Enelic Devour, this brain thing just kind of like oozes forth, and kind of reconstitutes in its basic shape, kind of above her corpse.
That's disgusting.
I do have a bonus action. Let me see if I can do anything with it. Probably not much.
That's really gross, Corey. That's
good. Yeah, brutal stuff, Corey. Good job.
Henry asked if Julia can cast bonfire.
Yeah, that's
yeah. I mean, that was the plan.
Oh wait, actually, for my bonus action, I think I'm going to pull. Yeah, I'm gonna healing light myself, just like out of a reflex, seeing it again. I'm gonna pat myself on the chest and give myself a little bit of health back.
Yep, you can certainly do that. After that, it's Freddy's turn, who promptly fires a firebolt at it, missing in a panic. It just veers off and strikes the cavern wall. He takes a step back, but not all the way back. Not cowering, just kind of getting away from it. Oh, I guess I should probably put it back on the map. Boop. That said, I think that makes it the top of rounds.
That acolyte has an intellect devourer in his head. Is what Azaram says aloud. I think.
You suspect... Well, we can get into that in a second.
Yeah,
it's a possibility, but you aren't sure. Matt, make me a saving...
Sure.
Wait, maybe I can just...
6 of them.
Intelligence. Whoops.
Nice. Oh. Also nice.
You see it kind of shrink and contort its body again, and you feel like your own mind kind of being squeezed, compressed in your skull. It feels terrible. But you like reassert your own thoughts and your own mental clarity, and you shake it off. The feeling passes as though something trying to squeeze you out lost its grip on you.
I see him like squint. I'm like, oh, Matt, please, I do not want to have to fight you with one of those in your brain or in your head, please.
I'm I'm good.
I'm good.
It just pinched me a little bit.
You're like nosebleeds a little.
Oh. You could taste the color blue for a moment.
Oh shit. Yeah. Nope, that failed. Matt, it's your turn. You're standing above it.
Hey, real quick, can I do my reaction?
Yes.
Make it spicy up in here.
Mm-hmm.
It's getting spicy in here.
Never mind.
It succeeds. No mushroom blossoming out of his brain this time.
Ooh, cool thought.
Okay, round 2.
You hit the you bring your great sword down on this intellect devour. Roll damage and tell me what it's like.
I'd bisect it in half.
Oh my god, yeah. Straight down the middle. It contorts to try and take over your body. Your mind snaps back into focus and you see this wretched creature that just consumed the brain of this woman that you cured of her disease, and you bring your great sword down and the tissue of this brain just gives way to your blade and cleanly cuts in half as a thick ichor kind of pools outward of the intellect devourer's bisected corpse.
Thicker.
Ichor. And that is that on that.
I tucked the journal away into my robes and then began to storm out of the room.
Certainly. There's nothing left for combat in this room. Freddy looks shook.
Oh, did we kill the lady or did she calm down?
You
Her
can
brain
check the
got
lady.
eaten.
You can check the lady if you want.
How you doing?
I blasted her in the face with an Eldritch Blast after the intellect devourer disappeared, is what Julia saw.
She's clearly dead.
Oh.
When you go up to her, she's not drawing breath. Her kind of form is ragged. Do you kind of do any sort of medicine checks on her or anything?
I'll do a medicine check to see what happened to her, or try to get an idea of what did. And like, I don't know. I just feel bad.
Yeah.
Close her eyes and like cross her arms so she looks somewhat peaceful. 14.
Mm-hmm. You kind of do a makeshift field autopsy, I guess. Basic, rudimentary, kind of just checking vitals, seeing what happened. There's no pulse. There's a clear sign of like physical trauma from when Azaram blasted her in the face with the Eldritch Blast. It didn't like break her face or anything. It's just, it's too quick even for bruising to have been formed yet, and she died so quickly. But you can clearly see just like the abrasiveness of that. When you kind of like check her vitals and move her body around, you notice that her head is sickeningly light.
Oh. Okay, that's what I was worried about. That was her brain. Okay. I hate it. Wait, did everyone else know it was her brain but me?
It wasn't her brain. Oh, that's maybe what Julia thinks.
The intellect devourer places
The intellect
people's
devourer
brains.
ate her brain, teleported into her
Oh,
skull.
gotcha.
But
Well,
if
you
that's
are
what
what
Julia
you eat.
thinks.
Yep.
Come on, dude.
the vibe, the total whiplash. Oh god.
Yeah.
Julia says that out loud.
I don't often pray, but I like send a prayer to like the world serpent about, how this isn't the end, and this isn't the end of her life force.
She can be integrated still into kind of like a grander purpose.
That's actually similar to what Azaram is doing. He's stormed out into the hall and then out onto that stone balcony and is on his knees, pretty much praying, communicating to Zerthamon for guidance.
Okay. Well, is there anything anyone else wants to do with this scene? Because if you give me like 5 to 10-ish minutes, I can tell you what maybe comes of that prayer. And we can also take that time to like get the magic items stuff sorted out.
Thenry thinks this whole room is really, really cursed. And she doesn't think any amount of prayer could possibly like
rectify
take
that.
away yeah, like fix it. So she pulls out a torch and lights it on the what's the word for that? I can't.
What, the bed?
No, this fireplace. And she lights the bed, and she tells everyone to get out, and she like lights the bed on fire and lights the bed on fire, and just like tosses the torch on the table.
Oh God.
Leaves.
Does anybody stop her or try to salvage any of this stuff before the fire consumes the room?
500 grams, because he was.
Yeah, she took the four jars of goo. Like she already put stowed that.
I have the journal. That's
true.
all Azaram could find that he thought was important.
Okay, the journal, the scraps you were saying, Fox?
Yeah, he was like looking forward to everyone leaving in disgust so he could just like look through everything at leisure.
He's like,
oh,
aw.
I mean, do you stop Thenry?
No. He just starts grabbing stuff.
I was like, oh, I was gonna like, you know, maybe bury these people, but that works. That's you know, from dust to dust, or you know, with the whoever wrote that song said.
God damn it, Julia's just full of witty aphorisms today.
That's
Yeah, I leave if this place is on fire.
Yeah, so
really bad for you.
As the place goes up in flames and Azaram sort of storms out, in search of some kind of guidance or prayer, you all kind of feel that like empathic wash of emotion coming from Nim, like of urgency, of nervousness, and you all, after a couple of minutes of silence watching this room sort of burn, you kind of hear the grinding of like metallic something, like a mechanism has begun to operate, coming from the north opposite end of this hallway.
Where's the acolyte?
The acolyte is standing exactly where they were.
Okay.
So when when you say that, when you think that, Ginrick and the other folks kind of run into that room on their own to investigate it, while you guys are sorting this out. And I think we should take, a kind of 15-minute sort of breather to
Collect ourselves.
collect
Pick up
thoughts.
the pieces.
Collect thoughts. Look at the loot you found. Decide what you want to do next.
I head down to the room with the hole in it where all the NPCs are.
Okay.
And I'm like, hey, I haven't seen y'all in a while. We just witnessed the worst thing I've ever seen. Glad y'all missed it. What's going on in here?
So what's up with you?
You see Atherd and well, here's what you see. You see Nim is kind of hiding just outside the room, kind of peeking in. Lawrence is kind of standing off to the corner, Atherd and Gimbal are both like jamming stuff into this chain mechanism to get it to kind of stop moving. They're like, no, no, not yet.
Whatever this is, wait, what is this? You must know.
Well, Atherd and Lawrence both know it's like this is the way into and out of the Master's chambers. So if it's moving, I'd prefer it to not be moving. Genrick says simply as he's like jamming like spears and stuff through chain links and trying to like get the whole mechanism gummed up.
I'm sorry, I forgot I'm not here. I'm praying.
Genrick explains to nobody out loud what and why he's doing what he's doing. That's kind of what you come into the room to find. Yeah, so quick pause, quick break. Let's figure out.
I'm very disappointed by the rolls that I had on that magic item table, to be honest.
It's okay, I haven't seen them. So what I might do is I might simply ignore whatever it is you rolled, doing them again. How do you feel about that?
That's great. What they were was just some +2 ammo, which is nice. But then 3 potions. I want permanent magic items. A potion of mind reading, frost giant strength, and diminution. Diminution.
Let's see.
Spell of small.
Smell of Allison smell. Spell potion of Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah.
Smell.
Smelly smell.
Smells. I was actually thinking of like kind of the Wonder Twins, like shape of a blah blah blah, except for like smell of.
My ass.
Wow.
It just turned into that. Seems like a cool power. So table C, right?
Yep.
Let's do this.
Roll high. Come on. I want the big numbers, not the low ones. We don't want any expendable items. One of those juicy, rechargeable ones.
I'm not
Corey.
Yeah, what's up?
Corey, what would you have done if we carried her and put her in the river?
What would I have done? I feel like I can talk about that more once y'all get completely done with this situation.
Okay.
But
he would have.
I was thinking about what I would have had to have done if y'all did that. It was an interesting thing to decide to do. Okay, cool.
Yeah, we could have either helped her transformation or stopped it, which we did. But then she got fucking ganked by an intellect devourer, like completely unrelated to her affliction.
Yep.
Dear, oh dear.
Oh, that's what happened. I missed that. I was really zoned out during that combat.
Oh. Yeah, no. We saved her. She was good. And then her brain got eaten because she was unconscious. They can pop in your head when you're unconscious very easily.
Ugh.
Well, I'm gonna nix that last roll. That would have been boring, but you do find.
I hate boring magic roll.
Let me read this before I give this to you.
So yeah, I'm unwrapping these bundles. After I like finish some prayers, I pull out each bundle slowly, one by one, unwrapping them as out here on the balcony.
Two of them are seemingly identical, and you can pretty quickly identify them as superior healing potion.
Cool.
The other two, however, are a little different.
I wrap those back up and set them to the side.
God, where the fuck is this thing? Is it alphabetical? Oh, nope, still can't. Don't. I can't.
You can just type it in on D&D Beyond.
I could type it too, but book. Like I have book brain right now.
While everyone's mourning the dead, I'm gonna use the less. I'm gonna use like most of my heal wounds to heal whoever needs healing. Like Fox.
I'm fine.
I'm gonna help you out.
Oh, thank you.
Do it.
It's just funny.
Oh shit! I forgot about the level of exhaustion.
Oh, on all these skill checks, you were just very
Yeah.
tiredly like, "I'm gonna kick your ass, man." Like, yeah, I bet. Well, okay. One of them is very clear to the sight. They are obviously horseshoes.
Fox, that was for you.
Oh, thank you.
But so I didn't know. So Azaram pulls out these shiny horseshoes, shrugs. So those will be useful for a horse. Wraps them back up and puts them aside as well.
The last one is a. And y'all, I mean, yeah, no permanent ones, unfortunately. But I just wanted to make sure that this would be what it is. Go ahead. Typically, it says typically. Is that expecting me to give you one?
More than one.
The way it's written on the table around me here.
Beads of force.
Yes, I think they are. I'm just trying to figure out how many I'm supposed to be handing you.
It should. Isn't there like a D roll in
It
the
says
description?
the reason I'm looking is, and I'm trying to make sure. I'm pretty sure. Yes, we were about to roll a d4. The reason I'm looking though is that it says a bead of force, and
That's
then
the name of the item. Yeah.
okay, and it says typically multiple are found together. So what you're gonna do? These are one-time use only items, but you get 1d4 plus a number of them.
Plus 4.
Mm-hmm. So you can roll me that.
2 plus 4, 6.
6 beads.
6 Benoit balls.
These are small black spheres measuring 3/4 of an inch in diameter and each weighing an ounce.
I pull it out and I go, gross.
Dude, gift like shit in perfect black spheres.
I think that's not the implication.
Anal beads are.
Yeah.
Oh,
there it is.
I just thought you. I went to potty humor instead of horny humor.
I want to know where Ezra even saw these before. What is what?
No horny.
Can you imagine?
What do you think?
We're on our lunch break. We can.
We're kinky astral folk.
Okay. Well, that's what you get. 2 potions, some
I
horseshoes.
like my misinterpretation that you thought it was
a number of beads of force, which we've determined, and I'm gonna go ahead and you're out there on the balcony asking Zerthamon for stuff.
Well, I did that, and now I'm sifting through the items.
It's true, but I'm still thinking about what happens if that, because you did that, rather.
So I'm gonna set the horseshoes and the potions aside, and then tuck the beads away.
Yep. So you have 2 superior healing potions. I think someone was asking last time if y'all have any other kinds of potions. I believe the answer is yes, but I don't know who or how many. That might be in your inventory here. You said 6 beads of force total?
Yeah.
I want to say that the rarest thing on that list was the horseshoes.
And my prayer kind of consists of, Zerthamon, I have encountered the enemy of our people in this foreign place alone. I need guidance.
You made public the list of the teachings, right? see or anything.
I rolled a 22 to notice Azram like pocketing something.
You're pocketing the beads.
No, you saw me go gross. Tuck
Yeah.
the robes.
The fact that these are like stored next to the most precious items in the compound is like you're just like, oh man, they really like anal beads. There it is, unbroken. Oh, that should be public. I'll fix that. As you meditate in prayer, the teachings of Zerthamon remind you of your own history and the history of your people with conflict, and you remember the occasion on which you were torn away from your home in Limbo, and what cast you apart into the material plane in the first place.
I've tried to forget it.
And as you kind of recall the hardship and the trauma and the destruction of aberrations tearing their way through a world, you remember Zerthamon's declaration of war, that there cannot be two skies, and you are visited with kind of
one sky,
a certainty that you are being tasked in some broader sense with addressing this aberrant presence in this plane, in the planes beyond, wherever it is you find yourself. You gain a sense of clarity. The visions that you were kind of given before making it to Sonottia, kind of that iteration that there cannot be two skies. This is even a phrase that has been on your mind before, and you recognize that the foe before you is one that Zerthamon is entrusting you perhaps to deal with. That this may in fact be your like reason for being guided here.
one sky. Yeah, and he just continues to stare out, kind of across this valley.
Mm-hmm. Everyone else sort of taking stock of Julia kind of stumbling onto this sort of private scene of meditation and discreet anal bead storage. Henry is sort of cleansing the master's personal chambers, torching everything. Fox took the notes he could, stored them. Azaram also even has a journal of this master's thoughts. Is everybody good to continue?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Very cool. Matt, do you feel any specific type of way about everything that just happened and how it happened?
That's all about redemption. So he feels regret that he couldn't convert her before she ended up dying from evil.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's like a tragedy that you just witnessed. Yeah, absolutely. Is there any way, I know Julia did some kind of basic ceremonial stuff with her body. Are y'all basically going to more or less cremate her in this room, or is there a different way you want to kind of dispose of this?
I think that's kind of what's happening.
Mm-hmm. I just wanted to make sure before I went through with that narratively.
Sure.
Absolutely. So, yep, that's what's going on. That said, Julia also kind of came into this scene where they're kind of jamming this mechanism that seems to be cranking. Is
it cranking up?
Yeah.
Is it like pulling up?
Mm-hmm.
I can cast Entangle on this fucking thing and just gum it up.
You can see that like what they're doing is more or less working. It's just kind of like they need to really secure it. They've kind of like jammed a bunch of metallic objects kind of like through the coils of this chain to sort of like to gum up the mechanism. You see that it's kind of like a pulley or whatever on there, so as like the things are just kind of like getting caught up in there, it's very makeshift, and you think that they could be dislodged fairly easily, but for the moment it's working.
Oh,
Corey, are you saying somebody's coming up the elevator?
Yeah, the elevator is like the chain is retracting, so the pulley is pulling a chain upward, so the platform at the end of it is presumably on its way back up here, though for the moment halted.
Well, we know where the bad guys are. Let's throw some bombs down the hole. They're just standing around.
Like these 10 alchemist fires we just found?
Yeah, maybe. They're just standing on a platform. We're just waiting.
Probably. That is incredible.
Do it.
Please. I throw one down. Can we see him?
It's very well. So you know that y'all are about 50 feet up off the ground, and there's no light in this sort of pit. So it is you can see the chain descend into darkness, and that's
60 feet of dark vision.
60 feet of dark vision.
You can faint. Don't tell us. I was asking if anyone has dark
vision. I'm half open.
Yeah. With 60 feet of dark vision, I want to say dark vision is what in kind of like grayscale, and it's sort of like less clear, like right?
You can see it's just colorless.
Sure. Yeah. You see somewhere near the end of this pit, the platform is not much further off the ground. You definitely see that there is like an entity. It's hard to tell if it's like a humanoid or what, but there's something kind of like on this platform that was on its way up.
Do you guys want to just use the bombs?
Yeah.
You want to ask who's down there first, or are we just doing it?
Don't
I can't see whoever's coming up is any good.
I'm still out on the balcony until someone comes and gets me. Or until I hear an explosion, I guess.
It's in a very introspective moment for Azaram.
I vote we throw 10 of them down there. Just the whole bunch.
Why don't we throw one at a time, please?
No, it's not as effective. We could literally just big kaboom.
No.
I mean, 4 of us can just drop some, and Azaram's having a moment. And then we each have another one to throw. Everyone has 2.
I could share that fun moment if someone invited me.
I'm already in here, so if someone wants to get Azaram, I'm like,
I mean, Azaram, you can definitely hear the vague kind of like sounds of people shouting things to each other in brief bursts or whatever. It doesn't sound like a conversation, but it does sound somewhat urgent, kind of echoing through the cavern walls.
We'll grab up all the stuff, come back down the
you
hallway.
hear the sounds of conspiracy and violence.
I love that, Atherd and Ginner go like, all right, this thing works. And then Matt's just looking down the hole like, I think we should throw 10.
We could
10
first
flasks.
Anybody have fairy fire?
Oh, I have fairy fire.
If you have light, you could cast it. You could cast it on the Acolyte 1, and then we could push him down the hole. So he
Are we the baddies? You ask.
Why are we acting so evil?
Y'all are in full murder mode. Holy shit!
Somebody's brain just got eaten.
That's true. This is a shell shock kind of moment.
Nothing could be as bad, so.
So my fairy fire is 60 feet, so it could reach if I could see them.
Do
Do you have
you
fairy
have dark
fire?
vision?
No, no. Do you have?
Well, fairy fire, you don't need to target anything. You just select an area, and then things in that area make a saving throw, and then they get outlined.
That's true. You could literally
It's a
just like
20-foot cube, so if I can kind of see where the platform is with
Yeah.
a torch or something,
I mean,
I can fairy fire to outline them.
you I mean, you can see the chain descend directly downward. I mean, you know, you can infer where it is.
Ian, do you have fairy fire too?
I do not.
Okay. Well, y'all want me to do that? I mean, I can't see why I wouldn't. I would be using a second level spell slot as a first level spell, but I can do
No,
it.
because light's a cantrip for me. So I don't want you to use your spell slot if you don't
Then-
want if you want to
Yeah,
save
it would
it.
just make our attacks an advantage.
I walk up with this bundle of stuff.
So
Hey, I found some things. What are we looking at? What's this hole?
I mean, if you want to just pick up a rock of light and just throw it down there, you can, but I don't mind using fairy fire to ensure that all 10 of these flasks hit.
Oh, we're gonna drop all 10 flasks down? That sounds
you're right.
good.
That's good.
Well,
My
at least
God.
all of us throw one and then see and assess and see if
No,
it beats
just put
the
them in
other
a
five.
bag and drop them down on the thing.
I have a lot of experience with actually putting all of our eggs in one basket and dropping it from a high level. I'm playing Pokemon a lot. What that means is one person can miss horribly and it all goes to fucking waste. So I do think the idea of just like all of us just fucking chucking on our own at our own like ability might be the best.
Okay.
Or make 2 big parcels to drop.
Well,
You know?
well, check this out. And I pull out the beads that I found.
Oh, more to the pile.
Wow.
Oh my God.
I don't know what they do.
Neat.
Do you know what these are for?
Wait, I thought we identified them. I thought we knew what they did.
This was like a
Yeah.
10-minute break. He knows that they are magical and that they kind of like it, like are just you pull one off. Like it's clearly made to kind of like accommodate. Like you pull a bead off the little chain and then.
I'm not about to just start like yanking on magic things though.
Yeah, you have not fully identified them in character. That would take some time.
So we doing it? Are we just chucking these flasks or what?
Y'all tell
Should we
me.
talk? Should we talk to him first? He clearly just.
Wait, is that the
Ian's
wizard?
like,
Thing in the cave.
Yeah, like after what Fox saw of like this dude and the other guy's mind, no. Fuck this guy.
I don't think 10's gonna be enough.
So light spell or like fairy fire? That's kind of what I'm waiting on.
Yeah.
So we can.
I drop a. Yeah, along with Fenry, I'll drop a lit rock down.
You you watch as the kind of light radius falls into this well, and you can see it kind of glisten on different parts of this gently falling waterfall. And eventually it kind of they both land. One lands and bounces off, but the other lands squarely on this platform, and you see something pale and coarse and mini appendaged kind of like look at it curiously as it lands on the little platform.
Yep, let's drop it. Drop the things. Drop the things.
I can fairy fire this if y'all all want advantage on these fucking chucks.
You really want to cast fairy fire?
Yeah, I'll fucking cast fairy fire on it.
Yeah.
It's my last spell. Sounds fitting.
Whatever it is, let's hurt it as much as possible before it can get to us.
Julia's like, all right, y'all, everyone gets 2. And like I pass them around to everybody so we have like flasks.
Lawrence like grabs them and like freaks out. Like he barely grabs them. He's like, "Oh,
you don't get 2."
No, we're not giving them any.
Oh,
Just
okay.
Handed shit.
+5.
Oh, I just counted the people in the
Lawrence.
room. My bad. I'm sorry. I assumed over much.
Yeah, that's what
They're gonna have to
Lawrence
stick
does.
around a little longer before they get to throw flasks.
Lawrence does freak out though a little bit just watching y'all just toss the things casually to each other like, oh fuck, oh shit.
Weren't you throwing these at us like 2 days ago?
Yeah, like
Exactly.
to make them explode.
We can't trust you with them yet.
No, I don't want them. Don't throw them at me.
I chuck one down.
Same.
I follow.
I like get
Everyone
really
make
caught
your
up in
attack
the
roll.
action. I'm like,
It's
fuck yeah.
simultaneous. We've all ready the actions.
Is it? What do we? Is it plus our
It's
dex?
it's an attack roll, yeah. So ranged attack, dex based.
With advantage?
Yeah.
I'd say so. It's a stationary target that's unaware of what's about to happen.
Well, it's fairy fired. That's why we get advantage.
Oh, we did do fairy fire. I thought we just did
Yeah.
light.
You did both.
No, I also did fairy fire. After I saw what it is, I'm like, fuck that.
Okay, decent call. You all do get advantage.
Do we use our
Yeah, how are we doing this?
do we use our proficiency with throwing fairy fire?
It's a thrown weapon.
I thought it was strength. For
Oh man, you're right.
Well,
Well, we're
it
bending
says in
rules
the
here.
item
Y'all aren't like
anyway.
throwing to deal damage. It's not like a sling. You're aiming it. You know, like if it hits, the impact isn't the important part. So just roll, and yes, if you have any sort of like simple weapon proficiency, even then you get you can use your proficiency. It's like
I just rolled a light crossbow.
that's fine. It's not even. I don't even think it's an improvised weapon, really.
I'm pretty sure, like in the item description, it says make a like.
Yeah.
Athletics check or something.
We're gonna roll with it as though y'all don't have. You don't see this glass. And you're like, how do I shot web? Like, you know, like
exactly. We fucking drop it.
Yeah, you're just like. You can make vines grow out of the earth. You can throw a bottle of fire.
But
Hey
two
Corey, would
people
a
can't
longbow
lift a body.
attack roll for me be fine?
A longbow attack roll would in fact be fine.
Hey,
Julia rolled
you
a
got a
crit.
crit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I rolled it. I didn't do that correctly, but I critted with one. I guess we're all just doing one for now.
Oh, okay.
Still with
Cool.
advantage.
Everyone's hitting so far, so I guess I should roll for
This
Genrick.
is silly. I love this.
I love this because this is very this feels like old school like combat as warfare, not combat as like tactics type thing going on.
Tactical as fuck. What are you talking about?
No. It is tactical, but the funny thing about that is awesome. First of all, we got 2 crits. These are terms that describe like the game's general approach to how combat should be handled. Combat as warfare is more like it's not necessarily determined by choices on a tactical grid. So I guess that's it sounds backwards, but it's literally like it's like macro strategy. It's like here's the situation. It's asymmetrical as fuck, and y'all are taking complete advantage of that, and you're just like, yeah, throwing fire into a hole. Yeah. So what? That's 2 crits and 3 hits. So, let's go ahead and pull up the fairy fire block.
Not very far.
This is a great. I like look up. I'm like, this is a great bonding moment.
Dude, we needed this.
I'm having
after
so
that
much fun with y'all right now.
This is oh, I'm looking under spells. That's why.
Make a ranged attack. That it is in the description. On a hit, it takes 1d4 fire damage on the start of each of its turns. It's up to you if this damage stacks.
I think that we should all roll damage, and I'll see if that even matters.
So 1d4. That's it.
Yes. Well,
if you crit, double
on
dice.
A hit, on a hit, the target takes 1d4 fire damage at the start of each of its turns, not when it gets hit.
Oh.
It
That's a
catches the
bummer.
area on fire.
If you crit, roll me a 1d4. This only makes sense to me.
It can use an action to a dexterity check extinguish the flames.
This is beyond the rules for a single alchemist fire. You're torching this thing. Like, this is fucked.
Just roll the damage.
I'm gonna basically improvise how this works, because I don't think a situation like this will ever come up again. But this, I can't imagine this playing out the way the dice or the item description is telling me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's just we've just immolated it in a man-made fireball.
Yeah. How many of them? How many of them did you throw so far? 5.
5.
So well,
5,
7 if you count them at the crits. We threw 5, but 7 damage worth.
Yeah, exactly. I want to say that I'm just gonna treat this as doing its damage on hit as well. It's basically being engulfed in flames. So everyone roll an additional. So far it's 4.
Ooh. Four from Azaram's bottle.
Sorry. The ones from.
It's okay. Yeah, you can. If you want to roll the other one, it's fine. It's all going to the same place.
I can get it to go in the box.
What is this?
Alchemist Fire is weaker than I remembered.
It's really strong when
It's continual.
Yeah,
It's an
true.
environment. It's an environment like you. It's an area denial.
Yeah.
asset.
It's like
Clean
bonfire.
die.
You can do this as a cantrip. You all just toss this alchemist fire alone. You know, these things would be semi-destructive. They all just shatter across whatever this thing you're looking at, across its kind of chitinous form, and you just see blue fire cascade across its the surface of its skin and its carapace, again and again, and it just like goes up in this bright blue flash of flame that quickly dims, but you hear it kind of gurgle and screech, and that sound echoes up the hallway. It thrashes around, jumps off of the of the of the platform it's sitting on, and just plunges into a body of water below it, and you can just kind of like you see the water quickly come over the fire, sizzle, the surface bubbles and quenches it, smoke rises, you smell a strange chemical burn. The platform itself is even caught on fire still. But the creature, whatever it was, shrieked and disappeared into the.
So, when it was fairy fired, can you describe its outline a bit more?
Oh yeah,
Azrael might be able to recognize it.
Definitely. It had several appendages. It seemed to be not humanoid, definitely an aberration of some sort. It was, it even had these kind of oversized pincer kind of appendages up at the front, and a sort of long, crustacean-like carapace extending backwards, and a big, messy, fucked up face with a bunch of tentacles.
Okay, should Azaram make a history check?
Yeah.
I think I know what that is.
Based on what you recalled earlier with your 20, you may also infer something about what this could be.
So I don't need to use that 20.
Thinnery would. Then this is definitely in Thinnery's wheelhouse as well. So if you'd like to roll, this is like
She's
favorite.
like, it's a crab man.
Close.
Yeah. Should I roll insight or perception, or does it not matter?
You're roboting a tiny bit. What are you asking?
A wisdom or check, perception or insight, does it matter?
I would just roll this as like knowledge or whatever. Don't you get some sort of bonus for your favorite enemies or something?
History.
History? Okay. No, I don't.
You could do. Depending on what you're trying to learn, you could do. This might just be. If your favorite enemy description block tells you something about how you would roll this, let me know. I think that just kind of rolling a knowledge check at advantage, works.
She has advantage on checks to check her favorite enemy's information.
Sure, so you can just roll kind of a knowledge check of your preferred focus, whether it be and then just roll it at advantage. Did Azarim roll it?
Oh, I wasn't sure if you said I needed to. You said something about using a 20 from earlier.
Oh, I said I think you could very reasonably infer something. I mean, yeah, definitely roll it.
I believe it is what my people refer to as a chul.
Yes. Thinry, you've never heard it described before, but you have seen similar creatures, though never one this big, in the kind of the sewer networks and stuff beneath Salt Star Port. And Azaram says, this is a shul. A chul. Got a very tricky sort of hard soft CH there at the front. They're aberrations. I mean, Azaram may know more, but they're very clearly kind of more of these sort of otherworldly monstrous things.
I don't know much about them. I just know they're dangerous and must be killed.
Yeah. Oh well. And also, you rolled so well on both of these. You know that Chul historically are related to aboleths in an ecological sense and in a hierarchical sense.
So wait, yeah, what does Azaram know about aboleths? I know that I recognized one, so I know enough to be able to distinguish one. But like, what does Azaram think an aboleth is?
So
they're intelligent.
Yeah. So an aboleth, to Azaram's best knowledge, because as far as I'm aware, Gith kind of society is mainly in conflict with mind flayers, correct?
Mm-hmm.
In a sort of direct, pointed way.
Mm-hmm.
Through kind of the intermingling of Gith and mind flayer social interactions, culture, warfare, kind of just like that, the way knowledge passes through those avenues, you are aware of aboleths as these entities which oftentimes oppose mind flayers, not necessarily directly, but there's sort of an antagonism, and you recognize them as beings like older than time, from before anything. They are cunning. They used to span empires. You know, they are like mind flayers, a slaving race. They're sort of you recognize them as these sort of just horrible, lurking psionic entities that kind of live to enthrall. They seem to kind of like have this reverence about them as unkillable beings, as beings that persist throughout all of existing time, and the implications of that, like spanning multiverses and all these things. So they're very much like nothing that the Gith have ever had to directly reckon with, but you know enough to know that they are like really bad news.
I will say that back in the bedroom when she was convulsing, and he at first thought she was transforming into a mind flayer, but then he realized, oh, she's only turning into an aboleth. He didn't care. Even though there's not much distinction in how you just described them, the fact that they are not mind flayers means that he was much more willing to sort of hand wave the transformation and perhaps even like help it. That's what Matt decided.
It's like, oh, that's like not good, but not my vendetta.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's interesting.
And
Chulls are just monsters.
Chulls are just monsters. That said, in kind of Mind Flayer and Aboleth, like record keeping of these things, they are often, or were often, sort of enforcers or enthralled or in service to Aboleth ruler.
Does the master walk on two legs? I had to have two arms and a head.
That is what you saw in well, that is what Fox saw in that vision.
Well, no, I ask any of the former lackeys of his.
They're like, yeah, he's a guy.
He's a man,
Yeah.
not a giant slimy tadpole.
I don't know. They hesitate on slimy, but no, he's a guy.
I believe he serves a greater master still.
The acolyte says nothing, but kind of like acknowledges your observation non-verbally. Yeah.
Take that as an I'm right.
Everyone else, the other lackeys that you've kind of collected so far, are just like, I don't know. I cooked lunch. Like that was my job here.
That's funny.
Wait, which one cooked lunch?
Atherd.
Atherd.
Lawrence was clearly studying. Well, both of them, both Lawrence and Freddy, were studying under arcane tutelage, but that was their kind of job here. But for some of the more kind of physical labor and grunt work or whatever, Atherd clearly had duties performing menial tasks such as that.
Good to have him with us.
Well, what are we doing now?
Yeah, the chain mechanism is stopped. You don't see the creature. The thing down there is burning for sure.
Should we unstuck the chain mechanism so we can get the platform up here?
Why?
Just so it's.
You guys want to go there?
Yeah, we can put it out. Oh, I mean, we can just leave too, but
Well,
like
I was thinking, weren't we told that his like workshop was kind of behind that stream outside? Why don't we go with my other plan where I plug up the water here, we go back down out there and try and get in again?
that sounds good.
Or we just plug up this and then go down the tunnel water through.
We are also very fucked up. I'm out of spells.
I am
On
exhausted.
our heart and our thatchberry plant or Harriet.
Don't go down there right now. We're not gonna find this guy again anytime soon.
Me and Fox are tired.
Exhausted.
Exhausted. Thank you.
I understand. I'm just saying we're probably gonna have to fuck with this guy for a lot longer if we don't handle him now. But also, I understand we may not be able to handle him right now.
Whether we go down or not right now, I do want someone that's not me and Azram to go look at that like experiment workstation from earlier because we didn't understand what it was.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, I'll go check it.
Cool. As this whole situation is sort of settled down, you notice that Ginrick is sort of investigating this room further as you do so. But if you guys go check out that other thing, the other NPCs are just standing in here, kind of keeping watch on the mechanism or whatever, and just looking about the place. You guys go back to this acolyte is literally just sitting in the hall, bound and shit, just like waiting, just like who all wants to go check out the work?
I'll lead Fox over there.
And I'll walk past the bound acolyte and look at his discomfort and said, "You know, you did that to yourself." And I'll keep walking.
Yeah, y'all just rub your enemies' noses in it, and it's kind of great how petty it is.
Well, because he could be up and walking around like all of our other fucking lackeys, but he had to be a fucking dick, so he gets hogtied.
He's just fighting for what he believes in.
Right, yeah, commendable.
What he believes in happens to be the senseless void at the end of all things, but
honestly, we should probably have another crack at killing him, but after this laboratory.
Another crack at killing him is the greatest. I adore that. Yeah. So, anyone who happens to go over to that room.
I go to...
Oh my god, Freddy's token's still in the burning room. He's just chilling at the lunch table.
This is fine.
Where's it going?
No, he's not in there. So y'all are checking out this workstation. It clearly seems to be there's several different like functions. Obviously there is kind of like the materials and instructions and equipment to manufacture alchemist fire. They seem to have been doing. But what's currently happening is you can especially having seen the end product, the whatever it's distilling out of this collected water, it's distilling into these small vials of like extremely consecrated kind of viscous it's odd. It's both sort of slimy and repulsive, but also faintly sort of like ethereal and transcendental, the way it kind of like goops and congeals and catches light. It's very similar, but a much higher concentration of that liquid. Yes.
Did you say? I already forgot it.
What did Finry say? I couldn't understand anything you just said.
She was asking if it was the same
Sorry,
stuff.
I still let the dog out. Yeah.
The same stuff from
the
in the room where the woman was, I grabbed 4 jars of kind of goopy
that stuff. Okay.
shimmery, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Did you say consecrated?
Concentrated.
Oh, okay.
No, not consecrated. That would be
yeah, definitely take a vial to do the identify ritual with and see if it's got any magical properties. But I can do that later.
Very good.
Yeah, we need to rest.
Let me check. Did I put
We've severely hampered his efforts, that's for fucking sure.
Yeah, y'all really took a shit in his lunchbox.
Honestly, coming in to his house, wrecking the place up, killing his lackeys and stealing the other half, and then leaving. Honestly, sounds pretty nice.
For all in a day's work.
And we didn't even like see him.
Rob him blind.
So, what'd y'all get on your investigations? Okay, Fox, you definitely noticed this. So, the way it sort of ends, it is distilling out this kind of weird stuff, but you can see that the way that the kind of like it's kind of like a mad scientist arrangement of different flasks and beakers feeding into each other and shit. But it appears that it's filtering the water into its own separate container at the end. Like it doesn't seem like a waste product either, though they're clearly trying to separate these two things out.
What does the water look like? Just regular water?
It does look very, especially especially considering what it looks like at the front of this process. It's like much cleaner and more distilled, but it kind of has like it behaves strangely in the light. You It almost like seems like it's deeper than it should be, or like it's absorbing ambient light more so than you would expect it.
Dark water.
It evokes the depths. Looking into it.
Deep water.
Interesting.
Oh, I freeze the pool.
Yeah, you certainly do. Yeah.
Because fuck him.
Oh gosh.
I don't know what this does, but I really hope this time it really fucks something up.
Oh my god. That's incredible. Yes, so you freeze the pool. For one thing, you notice that there are trace elements of these kind of like odd properties even in the water of this pool, though it's hard to tell until like as the water is in motion. Once you freeze it and it's kind of stilled, you can tell that the ice kind of has just little traces of this kind of like whatever sediment or chemical property is in there. You do freeze this little pool, the water flow. What you said, it's like a 20-foot cube or something? 5 foot. You can definitely patch up like
I can do 2 5-foot cubes if I need to.
see. Yes, okay.
I will unblock the one outside.
For all intents and purposes, I'll tell you that the one outside has done what it's gonna do. And the one here, you absolutely can freeze up completely the flow of water through this passage. The remaining water in this sort of river tunnel erosion path that the water is running through dries up, and anyone who's still in that kind of lift chamber area watches as the last of it runs off, and there's kind of like an odd quiet stillness to the cave below now that the water is not echoing up. That said, from the main room, the basin at the center of the room, where it's frozen, very quickly this chamber is filling up.
Oh yeah, that's part of it. Time to go, guys. Grab the money in there if that's something you're interested in. I didn't.
Wait, I thought we did. I grabbed it.
Okay, Julia got it.
Freddy's like, yeah, Julia got
it. Wait, well, I rush over to this southern. Wait, can I have the other map? I only see the ISO map right now.
Oh, sure. And
there's no other chambers.
There's that southern area we didn't really check out.
Yeah, I think there was one more room.
There was an area of the map that you blocked off, but it is very obviously this whatever's at the bottom of this pit / in that cave entrance or whatever. For some reason, I cannot click the share map button. Certain one.
It looks like this is just where all the goons slept. The southern part you're talking about.
Oh, you meant that's clearly just bed chambers. There's like a place where they're cooking for there.
Yeah, I'll just rush about doing just a dummy check, rushing around, looking around each area as the place is filling up with water.
No, you can find basic clothes. There's really not much by the way of personal space or anything. The armory has some basic weapons, like easy to fashion weapons like spears and daggers and arrows and bolts and stuff, but nothing too spicy.
I'll grab a shield if there are any.
There are. You can grab a makeshift shield. It's a large wooden shield that has kind of like scrap plating on it.
Nice. And I'm trying not to get this weird water on me. I kind of like, oh wait, fuck, yeah, the flooding, right. And I'm like jumping about the pool, trying to like get to the dry bits and to the main hallway to get out.
I turn to Fox, I'm like, I guess we're leaving.
Yeah. Nim is like, thank goodness I want out of here. What to you all are running around in circles.
Oh god, the hogtied guy.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. I grab him by the legs and start dragging him away from the flood.
Atherd helps you, seeing you try.
I'm not gonna just leave a man to drown.
Yeah. Atherd helps you, and as you pass in the hallway, he's like, Gimble's looking at something in there. Or Gimble. God damn it, I did it again. Ginrick is looking at something in there. They're not even the same. Gimble's a gnome. Like, what?
Ginrick, I've decided it's time for us to leave, apparently.
Yeah, it's flooding.
Matt, where are you? And Thinry, where are you?
I was in the armory.
Okay.
With my shield.
Thinry's over it. She's shell shocked and just like, this place sucks. So she like didn't care about looking anywhere. So she's like out front.
Right, okay, so she just left. Matt, you notice that Ginrick is kind of in front of this. Ginrick is in... I can't even select on this map anymore either. 1 second.
You've like locked it or something, I don't know.
Yeah, I think I must have. But everyone else is doing stuff.
It says we're going. No. Okay.
Share. Now everyone's shared, right? Can everyone see?
Nope. Oh, there it is.
Very cool. There's something odd is happening. Controls. Anyhow, Matt, as you're picking stuff out of the armory, you notice that Ginrick has been staring into this cell in this room for like a minute or two, kind of like trying to get a better look inside. More or less speechlessly.
I didn't see a cell. I didn't know about this.
It was one of the first things y'all saw.
Well, we rushed in.
Yeah, there was a lot of chaos.
We were slitting throats left and right. We were on a blood path.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Ginrick, we gotta go. And I look at what he's looking at.
I bend it open.
Oh, you bend it open? You actually do. And Ginrick sort of steps aside and doesn't stop you. This kind of there's been kind of like a makeshift cell on this wall. The hinges and stuff are bolted into this stone, but you can clearly see that it's like not the best. And with that roll, you just tear it clean off of the wall. You pry it loose at its weakest points, and you can kind of get a better angle on it because the light sort of makes it tough to careen your head in there and see. But there's clearly a very old corpse sitting kind of shackled to the wall in this cell. It's wearing ragged cloths and furs. There's no telling how long the body's been kept here. It hasn't been devoured by vermin, but nevertheless, it exhibits an advanced stage of rot. Oddly, its smell is extremely subdued, though when you get up close, it's still pungent.
Ask Ginrick do you want us to carry this corpse out of here?
Ginrick looks at you and is like, yeah, I think this is one of my friends.
Okay, I'll pick it up.
As you pick it up,
I hope it doesn't.
You distinctly notice that, much like the woman in the other room, its head feels sickeningly light.
I don't mention it.
Very good. You all hastily make your way out of this dungeon, or are there any other things?
Oh, nope. I just rush out. I imagine I'm like running down the stairs as water is like pooling out the hallway beside us and making a new waterfall down the steps outside.
Yeah. Ginrick follows behind everybody else sort of in a daze, and he definitely tosses as many of his alchemist fires as he had on him down that pit too, and hurries behind everybody. You all hastily exit the dungeon. What's to be done with this acolyte?
I think we're gonna drag him out of here so we don't let him
That's
drown.
right, Atherd. Very good.
Yeah, he's got him.
Yeah. I'm helping him.
You all, very good. Between all of you, between everyone's kind of capacity and strength checks and the flunkies helping and stuff, you all can easily carry out everything you're trying to carry out. You make your way down the winding staircase at the front of this lair and back into the field. You know it's a good kind of 20-minute hike where you tied up the horses and the cart and stuff.
Once we get out, I'll undo the acolyte's feet and have him walk with his own 2 legs.
Mm-hmm.
And real quick, I'm gonna say I'm gonna say this: all these other guys that we've like recruited were easy. This guy is gonna be our real challenge of converting this guy to our party.
On the way out, I want to use Chill Touch on Genrick, not the cantrip. I just put my hand on his shoulder, and I'm like, "Sorry about your friend."
Yeah. Thanks. He doesn't know what to say, but you can tell he genuinely appreciates.
And I see them carrying this dead body out that I don't recognize. I'm like, wait, we didn't do that. What's that stiff?
I think this is one of my companions, but I'm not sure yet.
Oh, I apologize.
Like, it's okay. It's clearly not the most okay. But you all successfully evacuate this place before it floods. There is an acolyte. When you unbind his legs, he does not walk on his own. He stands in place.
Is this how it's gonna be? Is this what you're doing, bud?
Yes.
You're really gonna do this now?
Yes.
I turn to the rest of the party. All in favor of killing him here?
No.
I didn't raise a hand.
Fox does.
Genrick does.
Genrick.
I abstain. I'm like, what the fuck is a vote?
I didn't say the word. I'm just asking who's in favor.
Oh, right. All in favor, yeah.
You get what a vote is, but once you put like a word to it, it suddenly becomes so incomprehensible to you. It's like, what?
Julia,
I'm indifferent.
What do you think we should do with him?
Well, he's refusing to walk. Our horses are 20 minutes away. We can't get any information out of him. But if people want to show mercy, I feel like they should be the ones that carry him.
We could charm him and send him back with me in his head.
That's
I
brilliant.
like that.
Yeah, okay.
I may have ruined it by saying that in front of him, though.
All right, let me try. Let me try and do my dance for him.
Wait.
I just love the idea of like, what are we gonna do with this guy? We're gonna kill him? And it's like, wait, I got an idea. Hey, check this out, and you just start fucking doing a jig.
As you discuss the prospect of charming him and compulsively invading his mind,
It's a form of intimidation.
he lunges toward Genrick and tries to grab the knife off of his
belt. His hands are tied behind his back.
He tries to do it. He just tries to get someone to kill him.
I knock him over with my foot.
Genrick clearly would have stabbed him in reflexive self-defense. But yeah, he doesn't like the idea that you're saying about he's looking for an exit very, very actively.
Oh, he wants to die. He wants to die now.
He's trying to.
Oh, we can't give him that. That would be too easy.
This acolyte is I don't even know what to say. Hasn't even been named.
He wouldn't give us a name.
He didn't. He said he didn't need names.
You know, if you don't give us a name, we're gonna name you, and you do not want that.
I don't. That like everything about this is like is profane to this acolyte. This is like you finally crossed the boundaries. You found the sensitive buttons.
We got past his emotionless facade.
Uh-huh.
You're just too much fun to kill, honestly.
My God. Acolyte? Oh, nice. No, that's not their name.
Well, that's how it is. As I said, we named you Echo.
Yeah. So yeah, the acolyte tried to KO himself on Ginrick.
Can't give him what he wants.
So we charming him or what?
Yeah, it's up to y'all. That's just what he did in response to the proposition.
I shake my hips at him hypnotically.
I feel like he won't go back if he knows I'm in
An enthralling performance.
I feel like he won't go back if he knows I'm in his head. And I've already said it out loud. It's too late for that. It's an even of a mind blank.
Well, maybe I can get him to at least walk.
Oh,
Okay.
fair enough.
Yeah. There. Compromise. Let's go.
I like that. We're scaling back here.
He needs to make a wisdom saving throw.
I want to say he made that at a
Charm him and send him back with me in his head.
That's brutal and very much. What's the DC?
I mean, would
14.
he fight it if he was charmed? No?
He fails.
Okay, he's charmed.
Nice.
He is charmed.
Now he regards us as friend. He regards Fox as friendly at the very least.
Mm-hmm. He begins appealing directly to Fox,
So this specifically, because this isn't charm person, this is my glamour guard thing. The target idolizes me. It speaks glowingly of me to anyone who talks to it, and it hinders anyone who opposes. So it's like charmed by me specifically, and thinks I'm the shit.
Yeah, just completely enthralled.
Not just friendly. Yeah.
He's still gagged, by the way.
True. Well, nevertheless, the acolyte attempts to appeal. You can tell through body language and demeanor that the acolyte is overawed by your presence and beseeching you for just anything, any kind of reprieve here.
I'm just like, come on, let's go.
It hesitantly it looks across at the rest of the group, and he will follow you only at a distance from everybody else, but he does it. And you all kind of slowly make your way back to the where you left the wagons. Everyone is just totally beat, and as you make your way through the forest, there's kind of just this like silence amongst the group. Does anybody have anything they want to do or say kind of during
There's
this?
silence amongst us.
It's clearly bad vibes from Ginrick's like bum out corner over there.
Well,
but
also that whole fucking bedroom experience was awful for everyone in different ways.
yeah, it was not hot.
Fox didn't get to rummage about it at his leisure.
I know, it's terrible.
Just a true tragedy.
Real terrible.
Just...
I'm like, hey, Thenry, you wanna drive and I take shotgun on the caravan, just so just to like alleviate like Genrick from having to deal with like driving and doing any duties right now.
Yeah,
I don't say it that way, but I'm just like, hey, how about we take the front?
Sounds good.
We have a corpse that we're bringing along, so I'm gonna wrap it up like a mummy, if I can.
You can totally do it when you have a second to sit down.
Okay.
Freddy breaks the silence eventually. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, at some point I would turn to Thenry and be, Thenry, you did not tell me you were a planeswalker.
Thenry had like already forgotten about that through all the
what the fuck
everything that about? She's just like, what?
Oh, that's incredible. What?
What does she say to that?
What?
What does Thenry? Wait, what did Thenry? She just said she had
I don't know what
forgotten.
you're talking about.
Yeah, whatever.
Oh yeah. Don't. I'm not thinking about the things that happened in that cave right now.
You said that you could step between the planes. This is new information to me.
I said a lot of things to get by.
I see. I see. It was a fabrication.
Yes, sure, maybe. I don't know, because I don't know what you're talking about. But yeah, probably.
No. That makes sense. This is all is very well.
Oh my god. I like the casual deep speech conversations that y'all could certainly have at this point.
Oh yeah, I would say that was a deep speech after the fact. Thank you, DM.
Fox pulls down the acolytes thing so that because he knows that he's gonna like just be complimenting us. So he wants to hear it. So he's like, yeah.
He really needs it right now.
That's incredible. This acolyte is at first shy, bashful, even sort of like this is outside the normal parameters of worship for this acolyte, but you can tell that there's an odd reverence and just like, oh, you radiate mystic beauty and insight. Please, you must understand. I need to return to my master. One as magnificent as you. Surely you've been touched by the higher powers. You can see, you can understand. I need to go. This is wrong. This is not my place.
Can you gag him again?
Yes, I don't like this. I don't like this at all.
I
Just
feel
like,
like your fan.
Fox is like, listen, I like the first part.
I don't like this idea of you having an only fan.
Oh goodness.
So he needs more, is what you're saying.
At least, it's just not
Talk
this
to me
one.
more about my ethereal beauty, and I'll think about
The acolyte clumsily kind of like tries to articulate just this what do you call that? I guess charmed, literally, like infatuation. Just it starts to get weird. It starts to compare you to kind of like
The credits roll.
yeah, like just abyssal stuff. Like not even like abyssal devil like stuff. Like dark, like ever-reaching like darkness and the comfort of the drowning sea and things like that. And you're like, weird. I never thought of myself that way before. But yeah, it's always like heaps of compliments followed by, please let me go.
Let's not let him go.
Voting no on that.
Yeah.
And
we're able to make it back to the cart.
Yeah, you all make it back to the cart. Eventually, one of the acolytes is like, so what are we doing now? And you all
same thing we do every day, acolyte.
Winging it. You approach the caravan where you tied it up, Bobbit Dango, 3BBS, aka the Quickness, all the horses.
I pull out the horseshoes and I walk up to. Which horse do I like the most? What are the names of the horses again?
Bobbit, Dango are Genric's horses, and the
Dango.
Quickness is
No, it's not.
Wait,
I
don't
woke up.
forget. My favorite horse is a Deeb's horse. What's his name again? Patricia.
Oh, Patricia.
Oh yes. No. When we get back, I'll be. Yes. Matt. Here. I think Patricia may like these, and I'll hand the horseshoes that I found over to you.
Oh, thank you.
I don't know what they do. Perhaps Fox can identify them tonight.
As you all kind of like get back and are packing all of your gear and getting everyone situated, you notice a single large black crow with milky eyes is sitting above the caravan, right above where the drivers would sit, and it just kind of gazes at all of you, and it lets out a single caw and flies off into the distance.
I want to shoot it with an Eldritch Blast.
Go for it.
Henry sees it and she just says, "God damn it!" And she pulls out her little Sweet Dreams nightcap and gets into the caravan.
You fire after it, but
and just
Mama needs.
that's it.
The Eldritch Blast arcs wide in the air as it pivots. It doesn't fly back the direction you came. It flies somewhere north.
Oh,
Wild.
gosh.
God, if I just had 10 minutes to cast speak with animals, I'd be like, hey,
Chill.
come back here. Well, that's ominous.
And that's where we're ending for the night.
Yeah.
Oh, right at midnight. Wow.
Hey.
Well time.
Nice.
We did it. We can obviously talk about plans for next time and stuff, but as far as the stream goes, I hope if you're watching you had a good time. Hope the audio mixing was better this week. That was a doozy, and it didn't even go how I thought it was gonna go. So good night, see y'all next week, etc. Had fun.
Bye.
See y'all.
Okay. My god. The intellect devourer thing.
The bedroom scene is how I'm referring to it in my
Yeah,
head.
I have a doozy of a birthday tomorrow, so I've gotta go.
That's
But
okay. Good night.
Fun session.
Good night, guys.
Oh, you
Night.
passing? Peace. Wow, I was waiting for that all week. I thought y'all were gonna try and fight the master. Sort of glad you didn't. It would have been really hard. I don't know if
that would have required us like actually delving down into that area.
Oh,
at the end there. You mean?
Oh, I meant like going in. I was like, there's only a couple things they can do left here, but y'all like really dug into some stuff, and so it was like full session in a great way. But it was just
and
like
I've got a journal to delve into and decipher as well.
Mm-hmm.
And
I gotta get off soon, but it'd be cool if we. My suggestion. The only thing I want to do next is like, we either like leave or just like have like a funeral for freaking Genric's friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll just
funeral.
Just revive her.
No, just revive him. Yeah.
What if I was like no, and I cast General Repose and like
well, Deeb, it's the corpse is brainless and extremely old.
Yeah, but if you get like those super high level revive or whatever, it's
that's true.
Back.
If you want to make it like a real big thing, you can figure out something to do with the body and go and try and revive. this.
True. I guess we'll have to talk to Genrick about it. But yeah, I'm a log off and get some food. I'm starving.
Absolutely.
Night, y'all.
Later.
Peace. So for Deeb, the horseshoes are horseshoes of Zephyr, and they're actually a very rare item. So,
wow.
Yeah.
Do they give your horse a flying speed? Is that what they do?
No, they do something cool to travel stuff though. That would be insane if it gave you fly speed.
These iron horseshoes come in a set of 4. While all 4 shoes are affixed to the hooves of a horse or similar creature, they allow a creature to move normally while floating 4 inches above the ground. This effect means the creature can cross or stand above non-solid or unstable surfaces such as water or lava. The creature leaves no tracks and ignores difficult terrain. In addition, the creature can move at a normal speed for up to 12 hours a day without suffering exhaustion from a forced march.
Patricia, what? 4 inches above, just.
But also, 4 extra hours
of travel for
time.
Patricia. Mm-hmm. You could use that for scouting. You could use that for a lot of things. Those I may as well hit stop recording.
Pretty cool stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then beads of force are little bombs